This takes place after Rise of the Rune Lords. So some of you may perhaps have heard rumors about a group of heroes that fought off the Rune Lord Karzog, who was basically awoke from stasis and was trying to get out and reconquer his empire, because he controlled part of the ancient Thessalonian Empire before it got destroyed. And that's kind of what brings us here, as will be explained a little bit later on when as you gather in. So let's see who would end up. Let's roll. Let's go ahead and get some dice rolling right away to figure out who ends up making it to Sheila Heedmark's manor first. The other thing I'm gonna do. I gotta get these tokens tied before I move over here, so I don't get like behind on that.
Yeah, sorry, I just sent you mine. I was late. So everyone knows it's my fault.
You sent me it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I sent it on Discord, or it's in Roll20 if you can pull it from there.
Yeah. I can.
So either way.
That'll be easy.
Okay.
I'll be right back. I'm just grabbing some water.
Okay. Oh, I need to hit the edit.
He heard that there were dice rolls coming.
Alright, there we go. That one's tied. That one's tied.
Wait, does this mean it's always going to be up to date on my health? I don't get to cheat on my health anymore?
That is the theory. That is the theory.
Not that I ever cheated on my health.
Well, now that we're
entering strange and uncharted territory here. We are going to actually try to have correct tokens in this campaign. I know.
I don't believe.
I know it's very unusual. All right.
I'll accept this as a token of your gratitude.
Oh, jeez.
The only one I'm
towards
not
having me as a player.
I'm back. Not going to do yet is Ron's, because his health isn't set up there. I don't think it's going to be a permanent token anyway. Oh, actually, hold up. That was silly of me. I need to actually, like, get this health correct.
I'm guessing Ron is the very silly one.
Yes, Ron is using the one with the monocle and the fake mustache.
That should just be him from now on.
That's what happens.
Oh my god.
That's what happens.
That's what I imagine a cleric of Lamash 2 looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
the perfect disguise.
Okay, that's annoying. Roll20 just decided to do Roll20 things.
How dare it? It should do Roll30 things.
Alright, I'm gonna refresh Roll20 because, yeah.
I guess you can't use Roll20 for games that aren't D20 based, huh?
I don't see why you couldn't.
Well,
it's
wait, Roll20.
Sorry. I'm slow today, apparently.
No, I'm just a terrible person. We know this.
Alright, so I wanted to roll a d4 going from left to right here.
Should have been D5.
Well, Ron wasn't here yet, but now that he's here, I guess I can roll a D5 instead.
Just add 1 to the roll you did before. That's the same thing, right?
All right. So the first person that arrives at the Heedmark Manor, well, I'll have Secret describe what she looks like to us.
Oh.
Who does this person look like as she comes up to the Heedmark Manor?
This person looks like she's in very wealthy clothing with a cloak, like noble clothing, and she has a signet ring, and she looks very well groomed. However, she looks like she might garden a lot. So though her attire is expensive, it's more casual and I guess
It's functional.
yeah, it's functional. She doesn't have any, and she just has a bunch of little spell component like pouches and stuff with her, which might contain like
Okay.
herbs and stuff. And there may be some bottles of like alchemical products or potions, empty bottles right now, but about her. And she's got very long blonde hair, and she holds herself, her demeanor kind of reflects her wealth. So you'll definitely assume she's wealthy, even if she wasn't wearing noble clothes, just by how she poises herself.
Okay. I'm thinking like you were describing how you can like tell that she works with gardening. Perhaps you could see that. Maybe she has like the kind of thing where she has like dirt on her nails even sometimes.
Yeah, you might see like a little dirt stain on her noble outfit, but for the most part, it's very well
Yeah.
kept. But like the dress isn't like she's trying to draw attention to her clothing. It's more just, hey, I have expensive clothes and I'm wearing them.
All right. All right. So Hannah Scarnetti approaches the Heatmark Manor and is welcomed inside. You can see this token I have down at the bottom underneath everyone else's here. That is sort of what Sheila Heatmark looks like. I can expand the token here a little bit, so it makes it a little bit easier to see her.
Okay.
And so she welcomes you in. She says, there are some others that should be coming soon, dear, but do you want anything to drink?
Sure, I'll have water, and I gotta take a phone call.
Okay. So shortly after that,
She says, "What's a phone call?"
she has one of her servants is there, brings some over there, and someone else approaches, and it is. All right, Swanky, I'll have you describe your character if you would. What does this elf look like?
I am a long, lanky emo boy with some long black locks of hair, maybe a little bit of bags under my eyes. Basically, I'm back in black, long sweater, all black. Get the black boots, the black pants. Maybe
All right.
have a little backpack on.
All right. And your character's name was
Silric.
Silric. All right, so Silric approaches the Heedmark Manor next. And the same sort of thing. You're brought in kind of into the same area, and you see, you maybe see Hannah, who you probably don't know, unless your characters did know each other before, drinking some tea, perhaps. And Sheila offers you some as well. Says, "I'm so glad that you were able to make it here." And when you guys are there, she tells you like, "I do apologize, but I'm actually in the middle of a very it kind of came up last minute, but there's another important Pathfinder business that I'm trying to resolve at the moment." So she tells you that she'll be right back, and she disappears into another room. And the next person. All right, Zedarium, describe your character for me. What does
Oh man.
What does Jace look like?
So yeah, my character's name is Jace. You see him kind of swagger on up to the manor. He's kind of cool, but kind of like not trying to be cool. He's in just kind of normal, like they're fine, like not like they're normal clothes, nothing like too fancy or rich. Um, he's a simple man. You'll see the main feature is a giant longbow. I mean, not giant, but a longbow strapped to his back. It's actually it looks quite nice, and it actually looks like kind of gray, like the wood is painted and carved, so it looks like stone, which is quite interesting for a bow that's made of wood. And then otherwise, he has a sword at his side, and pretty good sized muscles, pretty strong fellow, but also definitely more on the nimble and quick side, like. But he's toned. That's the term. And yeah, then that's I think that's pretty much it. I mean, he has some pouches and things, and
Okay.
if you looked inside, you'd find some spell components for some simple spells.
And so when he approaches Heedmark Manor, Sheila isn't the one that greets you, but one of the servants does, and leads you into the same room that you see. You see these other two women in there, which I have the wrong token, or you see a woman and an elf, rather. Sorry, I have the wrong tokens out here. I have them backwards. Perhaps enjoying some tea or whatnot. And the servant that leads you in there, he's like she's a little halfling woman. She says, "Oh, Sheila's busy right now with some Pathfinder business, but is there anything I can get you while you wait for her?"
No, nothing. I'm fine. Thank you very much.
Okay. And she tells you, "Well, we'll just wait here then with the others. There should be a couple more coming soon too."
Okay, and I'll go stand over against the wall and like lean against it, like a cool
Okay.
kid.
Cool kid stand in the back of the room.
More on the side. I don't want to hide. I want people to see me
Okay.
when they come in.
Looks like the next person who shows up is going to be Pilpo Puppers. So, Ron, why don't you describe
yes,
Oh my
I was
God,
about
that
to say
is.
what?
What?
Oh yeah. Whoops, that's not the token we're using.
I laughed out loud when you I saw the name, but like when you said it, I just laughed out loud. If I was on mute.
Okay, one thing,
Can
Ron,
I
I
have
have
a
your.
tiny bit of context?
So I just want you to describe what your character looks like, because you're as you're approaching Sheedmark Manor, basically.
Okay. Okay, so Pilbo is a younger man. His body's covered in scars. He's got a large burn mark that goes across his right eye down to his cheek, and he is wearing a like a hooded cape that hides part of his face, and he's got long reddish hair.
All right, so he looks nothing like the token that I'm going to use, but.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I thought the
tied.
monocle was there to hide the scar.
Maybe. I think it should be tied to your hit points on your character sheet. I don't know if you're using
Okay.
that though. So
I
if you
will
are, it should be
eventually.
tied. I'll be changing the token anyway when you get your actual art, so this one isn't as important to have tied anyway. But all right, so yeah, similar sort of thing as what happened with when Jace got here. You're greeted by this halfling woman who tells you that Sheila is currently busy with some Pathfinder business, but she leads you back into the same room where you see there's 3 other people waiting in it. That some of them perhaps enjoying refreshments and some of them not. But you're offered the same sort of thing. She says, "Well, Sheila's not here right now. Is there anything I can get you while you wait?"
We didn't hear anything, Ron.
No, thank you.
Okay, and then she nods and says, "Well, hopefully it won't be very long." Um, and she leaves you in the room with these other three people. Anybody do anything in the meantime? Introduce themselves to each other? Or you guys just wait for the last person to be here. The serving woman tells you there'll be one more person that they're still waiting on.
Okay, I'm
I'm
back.
just cautiously looking at everyone else.
All right.
I'm
Yeah,
just
I'm
sulking,
staying against the wall.
like off in a corner,
so-
kind of like shielding my face.
Okay. Okay. So Pilbo and Jace are over there in opposite corners from each other.
Yeah, I'm observing the room though. I'm not like sulking.
You're not sulking.
You could
them,
say I'm in
okay.
fact doing the opposite of sulking. I'm
You're trying to stand
rejoicing
out.
and trying to
Yeah.
be noticed. Yeah.
So more people arrive.
Yes, so almost everybody's here. The servant, the halfling servant that brought the last two people in told you there's supposed to be one more person.
Okay. Okay. Then in the meantime, Hannah's gonna like start introducing herself to everybody. Being sociable.
I mean, we can role play that out if you want, but Jace is gonna, greet you politely, tell you his name, and not much more.
He's gonna be very short with her though.
Yeah, I mean, not to be rude, just like he's kind of shy slash doesn't know who this person is, so he doesn't want to like reveal too much about himself.
All right. Well, as Hannah's kind of trying to get people to open up a little bit.
Mhm.
Our last of our heroes, also approaches the Heedmark Mana. And Matt, why don't you describe? Is it Abrellis?
Yeah.
Why don't you describe Abrellis for us?
She's young. She has an objectively fine and fair complexion, being that she's a half elf, although you can't really see her pointed ears underneath her hair and her hat. But she does have that tricorn. She does have the goggles, a nice red scarf, and simple traveling clothes with leather armor underneath it and nice boots down at the bottom. She's also quite lithe in figure, so she's thin.
All right. Another kind of tall, lanky person.
Oh, she's not that tall.
She's not very tall. Okay, so it's just thin.
No, I would say she's like 5'8" or something.
Okay.
She's small enough that like her small frame like helps her when she does need to hide.
All right. So Abrellis approaches the Heedmark Manor as well. By the way, if you are curious where it is within Magnamar, it's this box I drew on the map here. That is roughly where Heedmark Manor is. It's kind of in this part of town. Pretty wealthier part, one of the wealthier parts of town. Perhaps we're probably a similar part of the town that Hannah has actually grew up
Maybe.
in, right?
Yeah.
Hannah's from a wealthy family.
Are we at the north end? No.
Um,
We're at the east end.
yeah.
Yeah.
But usually, like the stuff that's on anybody who's,
This looks
which I
right.
think most of the characters here or about half the characters in this party, I think, are from Magnamar. So those of you that are from Magnamar would know. I mean, probably those who don't know would know just from like walking around in this neighborhood that it's definitely like a wealthier part of the town.
Mm-hmm.
But generally, anything that's on this right side of it, which is up on it's higher elevation and it's kind of the wealthier part of town. Whereas the stuff on the left side over here to the west, that's not only is it like on lower ground, you can kind of see there's like a little path that leads down into it. That's all lower elevation, and there's actually stuff that's under this gigantic broken bridge. This is called the Irispan, and nobody really knows for sure, but it was there at least since the Thessalonian Empire, and yeah, it looks like it used to be a gigantic bridge that broke apart. But there's stuff
Mhm.
under the bridge. That's like the really really shady part of town in more ways than one. So yeah,
Hey.
Umbrellas approaches the Heatmark Manor. She's met by a little halfling servant of the Heatmark Manor, and she brings you back into the same room as the other four are into, and kind of gives you the same speech. She says, "Well, Sheila, I'll let her know that you guys are all here, but she's busy right now with some very urgent Pathfinder business, and she might might not have a whole lot of time for you. I'm really sorry. It was really unexpected. Is there anything I can get for you?" She asks you.
She says, "Sure, you can pour me a glass of water. I'll just go rest my I'll go rest my daisy roots over here by these birds and bloke."
All right. And she goes and gets you that.
Oh no.
And as you can tell, Umbrellas has a very heavy accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hannah kind of looks over at you, just kind of shakes
That
her
sounds like a
head
lot
a
of
little
work.
bit. Not like in a condescending way, but more like a, uncivilized.
All
That's
right.
the body language you're getting.
All right, well, she comes over to the rest of them, and she gives you a good hello, and stretches her hand out to introduce herself. And she says her name is Umbrellas, and she asks who you all are.
Hannah observes your hand to see if it's dirty, and her hand might be dirty too, but she still observes it.
She's got a brown glove on, and it's difficult to tell if it's dirty or just a dark brown.
Gotcha. Okay. And Hannah will reach
glove
out
used to be
for a
white.
shake, and she'll say, "Oh, hello. I'm Hannah."
I'll give you like a half wave from across the room and say, I'm Jace.
All right.
I walk over to you and say I'm Silric and smile at you.
Let's see, we got Hannah, Jace, Silric, and I know Ron's character, but I haven't heard him yet.
Yeah. He's sulking in a corner, right?
Okay. he's very loner. Well, she turns to the three of you who do greet her, and she says, "A pleasure." And who's this over here? She taps him on the shoulder.
I'm assuming Pilbo.
Doesn't turn around. Yeah, I'm assuming it's
Yeah,
me.
Pilba.
Doesn't turn around. He just says, "Pilbo. You may have heard of my family, the Puppers. If not, it's no big deal."
She does chuckle, but she stifles the chuckle. And yeah, she'll socialize with the others. She'll respect Pilbo's desire to be left alone.
Wait, are you a meme? I just realized. Pupper.
I mean, sort of. In a very loose sense, right? All right, just 1 second. You guys continue socializing. All right, so shortly after that, Sheila Heedmark comes in. This is probably perhaps the first time seeing her for some of the party, because who didn't see her when they first got here. And she's accompanied by another woman who perhaps some of you may recognize. If anybody would like to, they can roll a knowledge local or a knowledge dungeoneering if you have it. This will be your first
Dungeoneering.
skill roll. Yeah, or dungeoneering.
That's a weird
She
one.
might be a famous
I'll roll it as a local.
dungeoneer. I don't know.
Ding.
Perhaps.
Oh, yeah, I gotta select my. There we go.
I don't think Swinky has knowledge local or
Does she have dungeoneering?
No, I don't
Okay, so
think so. I'm trying to open my sheet up here.
Silric does not know who this woman accompanying Sheila Heedmark is. I'll get a. Let me get the image out for her too.
Is she noble?
So let's see here.
I'll just roll it.
She is not noble.
That's
This
just
is what she looks
not
like.
that important.
So she definitely looks like a half elf woman, but and she's got like she's very like she looks like she's probably an adventurer. She's got she's armed and has armor on, and let's see here. Should have a better description in here for you. Yeah, so this is a half-elven woman dressed in leather armor and armed with a distinctive-looking mithril and redwood acklys, which is a hooked club attached to a cord, and a bastard sword, which are both currently sheathed or hanging from her belt. I think everyone that's got the knowledge local or knowledge dungeoneering, that anybody that wanted to roll one has rolled one already. It looks like
Yep.
only person who knows who this is actually is a Brelis.
Yeah.
Who recognizes
Winning already.
This is a he recognized that this is a famous Pathfinder that is a well-renowned expert on the Darklands in particular.
No wonder I don't know him.
Oh, why did that go to GM? Okay.
It did go to me. I see it.
Ron, you have a little bit of a crackle on your mic. I don't.
Yeah, I don't know what it is today.
Oh, okay.
I'll just have to bear with it for now then, I guess.
So all these people with voice
Uh,
meter having to restart their thing all the time, so I'm like, eh.
Anyway, Sheila comes in and says, I apologize for not being able to give you my full attention, dears, but as I mentioned, that I had an unexpected guest who had some very important information that we needed to discuss. And regrettably, we're not quite done, but I do have something to keep you busy in the meantime. It's something related to my friend here, Karaya. It's her recent expedition to the Darklands. And she pulls out she doesn't pull it out. She says, if you would be willing to come with me to I have a study over here where we have this device that she found, very very peculiar. So she just introduces her as Karaya, but Abraelis knows it's Karaya, as Marin is her full name because you recognize her. But yeah, she asked you to follow her basically into another room.
Okay.
I will follow, preferably in the front if possible.
All right. So Hannah's like very eager and gets up before everybody and
I bump Hannah's hips as we both kind of go to the front, but I let my hand forwards and I give my hand forwards and I say, "Oh, on your way."
Right.
She looks at you and smiles and goes on her way.
I just let them go first in front of me, and I'm like, this must be their first Pathfinder mission. They're excited.
So she leads you past the like the landing you guys are in into a hallway, and it's basically like just across the hall where she leads you into, or just down the hall rather. She leads you into a room that is like a study / library kind of. There's a bunch of shelves along there. In the center of it, there's a big like standing desk. On one side, there's kind of like a sort of a bench that like on like one of the ends, but other than that, there's no like this is kind of like a standing desk, sort of like what you might see in like a laboratory kind of. But there are also like several like very comfy looking stuffed chairs kind of in the corners. And on the table, like on the laboratory table kind of there is a box and some paperwork's kind of like spread out over it. And Sheila indicates towards the box, says this over here is I believe a Thessalonian puzzle box. It's recently something that Karaya brought back, but we haven't had the time yet to get it opened.
Oh.
But I was hoping that perhaps you would be willing to what's actually called a paradox box. I apologize. If you just even a casual investigation will appear that you can see that there aren't any sides, or it's hard to tell which side it opens from. There's just shallow grooves in it, no obvious way to open. But usually these sort of things can only be opened by solving the combination on it. So I was hoping that perhaps while I conclude my business with Karaya, that you would be willing to maybe see if you could get that opened. Consider this sort of a audition for the task that I want to discuss with you afterwards, because this is the sort of thing that will require wit as much as it will brawn.
Noted. Well, yes, I'm ready for the task.
All right.
Very good. I will try not to keep you too long. Hopefully, this is something that that you can take care of for us, though, to knock out two birds with one stone.
Yes, of course.
And she takes her leave, and you guys are left into this library with this box and some notes next to it. What do you do?
I start to
All
examine
right.
it.
Well, let's check the notes.
You check
Yeah,
the note?
I'll look over their shoulder and see what it is.
All right. So the notes seem to have they seem to be kind of like stuff indicating like translations for the runes that are on the box. Presumably, you maybe don't realize that right away. You're like, this looks like almost like there's like some kind of strange runes on there, and then like notes about what they could perhaps mean. And yeah, when you look at the box, you can kind of see that some of these are like matched up. They're like the runes that are on the box.
Hmm.
One of the most often repeated symbols is the rune for wrath, which, according to these notes, say that this is associated with evocation magic, and in the earliest days of Thassalon, was also associated with kindness. According to the notes here, they indicate that this probably marks it as once belonging to a citizen of the Thessalonian nation of Bakarakan. Bakarakan. I'll type it into chat here for you.
Back, raccoon. Back.
Hmm.
And the notes indicate that at least the person who wrote these notes, who you assume is probably Karaya, indicates that these particular runes probably don't have anything to do with opening this particular box. But a few of the other key ones there is that there are five. That while five of these boxes are identical, there actually is one that stands out, where there's some additional runes on there. And we're going to be doing a little bit here of kind of transposing onto it, but basically they indicate a word which we're going to have be the word cruel. And
That's cruel.
she says that according to these notes, this is somehow linked to the way that this face is how it's going to open, and that if you touch those like two of those letters, like those runes at the same time, it'll swap those two letters around, and she thinks that that's probably how you open it. Is you have to figure out the proper way to like the proper. It's like a combo lock almost. You have to reorganize the letters into a certain order.
So wait, the letters in cruel, or are there more letters to use?
Those are the ones you see.
Okay.
And
Do you
this
see
is anybody
Backracan and Cruel?
Bakrakan
No,
is not something you see
Bakrakan
on
is
there.
just a city.
That's in the just in the notes. That's
Oh,
just the name of the
okay.
Thessalonian nation that this box probably came from. Does anybody in this party speak Thessalonian?
No.
Yes.
No.
No.
You know, that would have been a good
Okay.
idea, but no.
Ron said yes.
So Pilbo does. So Pilbo recognizes that he confirms that these notes are accurate because he can just he looks at it and he can actually read Thessalonian, and you can see that the runes do spell out the word cruel, and that the other ones in there are the symbol for wrath or kindness.
Okay, so we have Cruel.
Yep, you have 5 letters that spell out the word cruel. And does anybody try touching like 2 of the letters in there?
No, I haven't touched it at all.
Who is someone holding the box or the puzzle, or is it just sitting on a table?
Hannah will be handling it if nothing happens while just handling in general.
Yeah, well, just handling nothing happens.
Okay, she's gonna detect magic and like try to spellcraft it because that's the only thing she knows how to.
Okay. You do detect some magic auras on it. You detect 3 different magic auras, although 2 of them seem to be kind of coming from within the box.
Okay.
And you're not really sure what any of these auras do specifically, unfortunately. But with your knowledge of Arcana, you can tell that the 3 auras that are on there of the 3, one of them is transmutation. One of them is conjuration. And I think the other one's also transmutation. So 2 transmutation auras and a conjuration.
Are they all
Aura.
faint or?
Yes, I believe so. Let me double check though.
Okay. Well, if anybody's like asking for it to look at after she's like, it has magic, lots of magic
Yeah,
on
they're
it
all faint
actually.
auras.
I guess Abroas will ask to look at it, and so it sounds like this is a puzzle that we're trying to solve just off of, like, out of character, we're trying to solve this just off of like clues that we're hearing in character, right?
Correct.
Okay, so you said that there was 2 words that Ron could read in Thessalonian.
Yeah, there was the
Read.
rune for wrath and kindness. Wrath is kind of what it's more commonly, but in according to the notes at least, it also used to be the wrath, like the rune for kindness in like the older days of the Thessalonian Empire.
Okay,
So
so it can mean both
that's
things.
on all 5 sides. Yeah. The one that's more interesting is the one that basically has the word cruel. And that one, the letters of that word can be, if you touch 2 of them at a time, nobody's tried it yet, but if you touch 2 of them at a time, you can rearrange the letters. Like, you can touch 2 of them, it'll swap those 2.
But it's in
swap 'em?
Thessalonian, so
Okay.
we don't know what the letters are.
It's in Thessalonian, but there's a key, basically, on the notes, so even
But he
without
does, but yeah.
without Pilbo,
We
even
have
without
enough
Pilbo
information in
translating it.
character to do it. The thing is what you're
Mhm.
saying, right?
You think so. If anybody wants further
I don't know, can I use like
insight-
a perception or something to see like if I can notice something, I guess, since that's the only different face, is there something, yeah, like about it that I could figure out that would be like, I don't know. Since you said it's the only face that stands out, is there something else about it that would stand out?
Yeah, you could try it. Go ahead and roll a perception. Yeah, you do actually think you see, like that this side. Once you perhaps that's the side that opens up. But it looks like it looks like this face is concealing another contraption, perhaps that perhaps would open up and reveal like another way to open it. But other than that, yeah, you just see like the five letters that spell out cruel. You can roll also for me if you want, either linguistics or just a intelligence check if you'd like.
Me or everybody?
Anybody can.
Somebody who's examining it.
Anybody who's examining
Well,
the box.
I'll put it down so that
Sure.
everybody can like look at
I'll
it,
examine it.
and I'll give you a linguistics. I do have linguistics.
Ooh, very good roll. All right, Abrellis thinks that perhaps if you could rearrange the word cruel into another word, that would be like that. Perhaps it's like an anagram, basically. If you could rearrange it into another word, perhaps that is the combo.
Well, I'll
Cluer,
hand the box to someone
C-L-U-E-R.
else who hasn't looked at it and ask them if any other words come to mind that we could, that this is an anagram of.
Yep. And we have two more ways we can approach this. We can either actually try to solve the puzzle, or if you guys would like, we can do it as a series of checks. But that's up to you guys how you guys would prefer to do it.
I like puzzle.
All right,
So
we're doing it as a
are
puzzle
the
then.
Ron
are
likes
the-
puzzles too, right?
whenever the letters are there, is it 1-to-1, like one letter equals one letter? It's not like combo like German or something is.
I think
I
the
understand that.
puzzle is actually in English. It's actually the English word
Yeah, the
cruel that
puzzle
we
is
have
basically. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is so
But
you have
in
to kind
game,
of
it's
suspend disbelief a little bit here. That's kind of what I was trying to explain there. Like it's
Okay.
you rearrange the word cruel into another English word, but you got to pretend that this is actually in Thessalonian and the words just happen to line up the same. I mean, Thessalonian isn't a real language anyway, so. Yeah, that's
ulcer. U-L-C-E-R.
And
okay. Do you try to touch the letters to rearrange it like that?
Yeah, I want to make ulcer.
Okay.
An
So
ulcer.
let's see.
Ugh.
Is that truly that's not the answer, right?
So you rearrange the letters. Okay, let's see. How would you go about doing that? You touch the U and the L. Now swap them around. Well, actually, I guess.
Wait, what? No,
I guess you just
I would
touch.
swap the U and C. I'd do it in
Okay, U
order.
and C would do it. I guess you just do it in order. Yeah, it's really easy. So. All right. So you rearrange the word. Now it says ulcer. Nothing happens.
Yeah, I say that. I think that's the right word. It's a word, and it's like some Thessalonian stuff that I have seen once in a book. But I don't really know
Yeah, but
Thessalonian, the language.
Abrella says that I don't think ulcer has anything to do with cruel or kindness or wrath. It must be some kind of anagram that deals with that.
I
Damn.
don't know.
Maybe we need to say a magic word over it to make it open.
It's definitely magical, but I don't know what.
Can I inspect it and see if I think that there's some kind of magic incantation or something that has to happen to,
Yeah,
you
sure.
know,
Using
get it right?
you just looking at it, or you using detect
Spellcraft
magic,
or yeah, I can detect magic. Just I mean, I guess inspect. I mean, I want to see if I can, I guess, identify the device or
Okay.
to figure out how it's activated. If it's just
Sure.
rearrange the letters.
So when you detect magic, you notice you can only really directly interact with one of the auras. The other two seem to be further into the box. like behind the edges of it. So
Okay.
you can't quite probe at it and identify exactly what they do yet, but you think that perhaps one or both, might be inside the box even, and not actually be anything to do
Yeah,
with
I
the
think it's
box
a
at all.
series of tests probably.
But one of them you think is just kind of like the on the box that's kind of on these runes. You think that it's a yeah, you think that you're kind of just detecting like one of those auras at least is something that kind of like
Okay.
transmutes the box, rearranges it. You got something?
Yeah, I briskly take the box from Jace.
Whoever's holding it, Jace.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jace. And I swap the L and the U and the E and the R to make Lucre.
Luker, okay. You
Lucre.
do
What
that,
the hell is that?
and that works.
Money, money,
Oh
money.
my! What just happened?
So
Oh.
when he does
He put it in
that,
an online anagram solver.
the
I
maybe.
rolled my I like money.
Yeah. When you do that, that face kind of like shifts open, and you see there's an actual like it looks like there's like an actual latch that can open that side of the box now. Like that kind of pulls away, like it kind of magically tiles of it kind of shift away from the edges or towards the edges, and reveals that and there's a latch there. What do you do?
Um, I just kind of hand it off.
You don't want anything
Not
to do
sure
with
what
it.
to do.
All right.
I'll take it and I'll open the latch
I was
and
surprised by
open
there
it up, see
not
what's
being
inside.
like actual treasure on the inside.
Well, there might be. There's a latch there to actually open the
Right,
box.
right, but there
Yeah.
wasn't directly inside the box, so I'm skeptical.
All right. So Jace grabs it and opens the latch.
Yeah, because I figured out that this is like a series of
And,
tests, almost certainly. So that's stage 1 of 3.
Which one am I taking? It's not that one. Wrong one. I'm gonna play you guys to another map here. When this happens,
We teleported?
you got no. This is in this room here. So when this happens, there's a loud like bang, and you see a couple of these strange-looking dog-like creatures, and everyone can roll initiative as soon as I get everybody's tokens back.
What the
on.
hell?
Wait, what? We opened it and then these creatures popped out?
Yes.
Oh
You
my
think you
god,
might
it
have
was a
triggered-
trap.
You shouldn't have
Oh,
opened
You
it,
think you might have
no.
triggered a trap?
Uh-oh.
dumbass.
You say that
I
in
do,
character?
Pilbo says those words aloud.
Oh no.
I'm gonna
Alright,
redo
Swinky,
everyone's
so
tokens on
in
here.
your character sheet,
Say, what are you
at the
scared?
very top, you should see these buttons that says all ability checks,
No stranger to
INIT,
danger.
defense. Do you see those?
Yes.
Holy.
So when we roll initiative, what you do is you select your token so that it's targeted, and then you
You
hit
see the
that
health thing pop up?
INIT button that stands for initiative, and that'll put you on the tracker. But
Can I
do
just say
believe
that
we
I
have
had
to be
no
on the
idea that
right
button
map
was
when we
there?
do it. Oh, really? You didn't know those little hot buttons? Yeah, so if you want to bring up like
I always
all your
scroll down to
skills
it.
in the chat, you can hit like all skills and it'll pull up like little hotkeys for all your skills in a whisper.
Whatever, I'm using the button I've always used.
Yeah, there was an opportunity here. You just had to be more careful once you
Be
revealed
smarter
it. Like, that's-
than...
Apparently I'm
I mean-
so there was
not ready at all.
There was a chance that somebody would have like looked at it and detected the trap, but you can't. It's hard because you can't detect the trap until after you solve the combo. There's like a very small window.
Oh.
Jason's definitely not
Darn.
afraid
I
of
need,
like a bunch of
whatchamacallit.
magic disguising it, probably.
I need Trap Spotter so that I can get that free GM roll.
The free
Ooh.
GM roll, yeah. All right, so that's some. Oh, no, There's some good initiative rolls, so that's a good sign for you guys. Let's get these guys.
A 1 is a
Yep,
good initiative
I'm
roll.
lightning quick.
Well, for everyone
I
except
mean,
you.
everyone else.
Thanks. Nice, I appreciate it.
It's
They're gonna
good
be
that
like,
you're not gonna get to play in the fight. Ooh.
it's good for
Ooh.
me that you get to roll really
That's
low
fine. You guys get to
because
take
I
care
want
of it
these
all.
things.
I get to keep my spells.
I want these things to run around and beat you guys up a bunch. Like that's my only goal.
Yeah.
All
Alright.
This will
right.
be interesting.
They rolled really high too, but it looks like Umbrella still goes first. So
Huzzah.
so what you see that peers out of you are they're pretty small. It's as if the world's most revolting lapdog has somehow learned to walk on its back legs. This sickly creature slinks forward carefully. Um, it's holding like a little dagger, and there's two of them. And when they pop out, they start cackling maniacally.
So do these look like demon spawns or something? I can't quite see the image.
Let me blow one of these up for you a little bit here so you can see it a little bit better. They look like that.
Okay.
Oh, it's a nice little cartoony one.
Yeah, I like this image.
I like
so
it.
I went with that. And they are tiny. Their size in terms of like their size, they're tiny. So they're gonna have to like move into your square to attack you.
Okay. Can I roll anything to identify them?
When it's your turn, you can. Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, what does Abrellis do? It's her turn first.
Alright, well, she sees these little cackling goon monster things, and if they are brandishing some steel, then she's going to do that too. So I'll take a move action and pull out my rapier.
Okay.
And she is going to take the initiative here because she rolled higher than them and take a stab at the nearest one.
All right.
So this is hopefully against their flat-footed.
Yeah, it will be.
Oh, it's a low roll.
Ooh, but you miss.
But
Alright, she's also going to take a 5-foot step back over here, and she says, well, this is bang out of order.
All right. When it gets to this one's turn, he's gonna provoke from you because he immediately just runs away from you, jumps off the table. But go ahead and take your attack opportunity if you'd like.
Sure, I will take an attack of opportunity.
All right, go ahead and roll that attack roll again, as this seems to have an aura of. You still hit though.
Misfortune.
Get a little bit.
Yes, it has some sort of aura of misfortune, but you do manage to hit it still. Unfortunately, you don't get the flanking bonus or you don't get the precision because he hasn't
Yeah, they haven't
Pilbo
acted
hasn't
yet.
gone yet. So I don't think he has combat reflexes, or even have a weapon out yet. But you do notice that you don't think all your damage goes through either.
Okay.
What the hell? This
It
is
looks like it
freaking
resisted some of your
like.
damage.
this is Paizo.
Not all of it, but
Zerdurium.
some of it.
They have
That's
hardness
okay.
or some shit. This is freaking like the other
This is
game.
Paizo at their best.
Anyway, he runs over here and climbs up on the bookshelf and starts like not throwing books off the bookshelf while cackling maniacally.
Great.
Jace, it is your turn.
No, it's not. It's the other one's turn. You didn't put in the .05.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
You're welcome, GM. Remember that.
He's gonna do the same thing. He's gonna run like under your legs, and he's gonna jump over on this bookshelf and start throwing books. He's gonna throw books all over the place.
Did you just
Start
try to
making a
get
mess of
kudo
things.
points for being a good Samaritan to the game master?
I'll take everything I can get, man.
He thinks they'll pay off someday, and maybe they will. You never know. All right, Jace, what do you do?
No, I just like pointing out when Pluto makes a mistake because it happens so rarely.
I do the same thing, even if it doesn't help me.
Yeah. So
I
I'm like
appreciate it.
surprised by this thing crawling under my legs. Like, what the hell? Where'd that come from? So I pull out the. I think I misspoke earlier saying I had a sword to my side. I actually had a warhammer on my belt, and I pull out the warhammer,
Okay.
and I'll 5 foot step over here and swing at this thing because it looks like a little evil creature.
Okay.
I think all my stuff's right. I don't know. First time
All
for
right.
everything.
Roll that attack again.
And do the bouton.
All right. You still hit it though. And the same thing that happened with Abrellis. It looks like you hit it, but not all of it goes through. But it looks
Oh,
like
I
it looks
wanted to
like
see if I could identify it too. Sorry.
you can still do that. It's still your turn. You go ahead and roll if you have it. Knowledge nature.
Never mind. I was hoping it'd be
Alright.
like Arcana because they seem magical, creaturey, but okay.
All right, it's
I don't
Silric's
know what it
turn
is.
now.
Can Silric smash a book off one of these things' heads?
I mean, yeah, theoretically, that's something you could do.
So, a couple of things that you can do is either go up to one and punch it with your fist or head or leg or whatever body part you want, or you can pull out the hand fist weapon, which does more damage and is a monk weapon, so you can pull that out as you move and then attack it. If you want to grab a book, you will take a penalty because you don't have the proper feet to do that, but you could do that, yeah.
I could just rule that as
Okay.
an unarmed strike
'Cause
in
it's
this
an-
particular case, and
Oh,
you can
yeah.
flavor it that way too.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
In this particular case, I feel like that's reasonable, but yeah.
On your sheet, in your attack tab, let me pull your sheet up. On your attack tab, you should see.
I feel like Silric's kind of overwhelmed by this, so he would kind of be hesitant to go up and attack it. So he'd kind of want to take something to.
So you want to
Okay,
throw.
that's fair.
Yeah.
That can work too. Yeah. You have
Okay.
some shuriken or something, right?
He does. He has shurikens. So you would just roll that shuriken dice.
They have a 10-foot range increment, I think, right? So you probably want to move like maybe
Oh, I didn't
5
put
feet
that
over to
in
the
there,
left,
but
perhaps.
probably.
That's fine though. I mean, you have a clear line of fire on this guy for the shuriken. If you just move over 5 feet, then you're within the range increment too, so you don't take any penalties.
Okay, where do I
So-
roll that?
So on the attack tab, if you look for where it says shuriken, there should be a dice right next to it.
Ooh,
Re-
okay. You attempt to throw the shuriken at him, but you miss. And it sticks into one of the books next to him instead. Misses him and hits kind of in one of the back spines of a book,
Rip.
sticking out of it.
Jace gives you a look like, what, really? You call that a throw? Come on.
So in Pathfinder, not for all things,
Bad
but
first
for
impression.
most things, a 1 is generally an auto fail for attacking.
Attacking and saving
Okay.
throws are pretty much it.
Right, yeah.
Anything that's classified as an attack roll. But if you're doing like a skill check, if you get good enough at a skill, even on a 1, you can still succeed.
Right.
So a lot of people misdo that. It's a common like mistake I've seen.
Mhm.
But so you might play, if you ever play Pathfinder with other groups, sometimes they might one auto fails. But yeah, by the rule, we play it by raw here around here, and it's if you get good enough at it, you can never fail if you're really good.
Never fail.
Pilbo, it is your turn. There are a couple of these little things. If you have knowledge nature, you can roll that now.
Killing me, Smalls. Would I be able to roll knowledge religion to know if they were associated with a deity?
Sure.
This is where you say no before he rolls, Pluto.
You don't think that that's right. Yeah, you don't think that he's associated, that these things are associated with any particular deity, at least not that you know of.
Hmm.
I said, just from my
That would be-
guessing, my out of character
That would have
guessing.
been pretty funny, actually. I've done that before.
Can
where,
I
like,
sense motive to detect if they seem aggressive towards us or if they're just wanting to run away?
Sure.
To be fair, I get upset with you when you do that.
Yikes.
You're not sure. They look
Hmm.
like they're being really destructive right now. Like they're making a mess of things.
All right. So for Pilbo's action, he's going to yell out, "Stop!" in Thessalonian.
Okay. Is that it?
Yes.
All right. Hannah, it's your turn. Do you have knowledge nature?
Jason's even more shocked at that. He's like, "What? These animals aren't gonna understand your language, even though I don't know what you said. He like say a word to it. Like, what the hell? Who am I hanging out with here?"
So what does Hannah do? You got knowledge? Like I said, do you have knowledge or nature? You can roll that now if you.
Yeah, sorry, I was distracted. Okay, yeah, I wanna switch to my page here and see if I can figure out what these are.
All right. Okay, that is good enough to know. These are a type of gremlin called a pugwampy.
Shit.
Some of you might have already guessed that.
Mm-hmm.
The main thing to know about them is that anytime you roll a 20-sided dice, oh, I guess I should have made you do that twice on the. I guess that applies to knowledge checks technically too. Go ahead and roll that again. No, I'll give it to you in this case. 'Cause I forgot. But yeah, technically, anytime you roll an attack roll or a saving throw, you would have made it anyway, so you're good. So attack roll, skill checks, or saving throws, you have to roll it twice and take the lower of the two results. However, if you were able to give yourself any sort of luck bonus, you become immune to that on luck aura.
Yeah.
And you think that if you have a cold iron weapon, that it will be more effective against these things. Is there anything else you'd like to know? I can give you one more piece of information.
I don't think we need anything more, so I'm just gonna say, if you have cold iron, attack it, and good luck.
All right. What do you do?
I thought I had my character sheet open on Pure Thought. I don't, but that's fine. I am going to cast. I'm gonna 5-foot step over here, and I'm gonna cast a spell. And I never actually edited the spell, it's already in, so I'm just gonna make an edit really quick.
Sure.
It doesn't have spell resistance, right? So.
It does actually.
Oh, it does.
It's
It's
I guess
Paizo
you would-
secret.
I guess you would know that from your knowledge check. So.
I don't know if I need to turn anything on. I
DR
don't
and
think so.
SR at level 1.
I think all these things
It
are
can't be that much.
already audio set up. Okay, so we'll
Yeah,
do
SR is
that,
actually really
and
low.
then let me roll my range.
Massive Splash doesn't allow for SR anyway, so
Oh well,
it's perfect.
winner. And just for I linked you my character sheet, but it was like all wrong because I didn't do my point by and I didn't point it out to you. But this isn't right.
Yeah.
Why are those all 10s?
You did a 0. You did a 0 point by character. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was good. Anyways, for feats, and so that you know, I have precise shot and point blank shot.
Ooh,
Hey,
okay.
so do I.
Okay, so I don't really have to worry about. I'm gonna have rays and stuff. Like I said, I'm gonna kind of
Yeah,
seem like
fortunately,
a
this guy's
witch
not even a melee
or
anyway.
a druid, but
But the point
I'm
blank
not.
will apply.
Yeah. So I think my sheet should just. I should just roll this. It's not with the point blank, so that's a 15.
Okay. You do gotta roll it again though because of its unluck aura.
Oh yeah, and this is against touch, obviously. So 15 and
Okay,
15.
you're good. Yep, technically you do 3 points of damage because point blank applies to that.
Huh?
So this thing screeches out, "Yeah!" and it disappears.
Oh, yes. My magic is powerful.
Your acid
Nice.
hits it right in the
I
face
like
and
you.
it disappeared. All right. Round 2, Abrellis, it is your turn. There's one of these still left, and it's over here making a
Alright.
mess of things.
I'm gonna move over to it, and she's not gonna let go of her rapier, but she's gonna use her free hand, like, and the arm with her rapier, and she's gonna try and grab it.
Okay. I like it. Go ahead and roll your grapple check then, CMB. All right, roll it again.
Haha.
You're good.
Take
The
the
6 would
average.
have done it too. It actually has a very, very low CMD.
I figured it has
you-
low CMD.
Yes, it has a CMD of 5, so you beat it on the first one. But I had to make you roll it again because it's on luck aura. So you grab this thing off the bookshelf and it starts struggling around like yeah, yeah.
And she's screaming at it too, like, I got you, you little wanker!
And it says something in I don't think anybody in this group speaks its language. Does
Infernal.
anybody speak? Nope. Anybody speak Undercommon?
Oh.
I do! Wow.
Oh, you understand it there. He's yelling, "Let go, you! Let go of me!
So you're having fun.
I'll cut your ears off!" Yeah, and he's
I
yelling this
totally
all
did not
in-
expect, like, this to happen, like, at the beginning of the session.
Yeah, so he's yelling. You can understand it, and he starts yelling obscenities at you. And on his turn, he is going to attempt to
Is he
get
in the
away
same
from
square
you.
now?
No, he's still being held at arm's length. So the only thing he can do
Okay.
in this situation really is try to escape. So it doesn't list it on here what his escape artist is, but I think he gets a size bonus to that. Maybe I should have just made the character sheet
Yeah, my
bigger or whatever
CMD
when
is
we give him
13.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be the easiest way. Okay, give me a minute to find the number on this. I'm just gonna roll the d20 first and see what that puts me. Oh, that's not a d20. That's a d203.
203.
Okay,
No,
well,
it failed.
I'm gonna assume that he failed because I don't think I need to know the number. I'll look it up in the meantime. But yeah, I'm gonna assume he's still grappled for the moment. All right, Jace, it's your turn. Abrellis has this thing kind of in her clutches, and it's
I'm giving these two
squirming around and
handsome men
screaming
next
at
to me the eyes like, I got him. Now finish.
Okay, I'll 5 foot step over here to get like the perfect angle to hit it as you're holding it out, and then I'll swing my warhammer at it.
Okay.
And I am not including the flank bonus in this roll because numbers are hard. So 8 to hit.
Ooh. Well, it is grappled, but even so, that is gonna miss.
No, you're supposed to say roll again.
She looks at your pathetic, like, whack and says, ah, do me a favor.
Say, I'm usually better with a bow, but it's kind of tight in here.
All right, Silric, it is your turn.
So after Silric sees that missed attempt, he pulls out his knuckle axe and goes after it.
Alright, now we're talking.
All right, that has potential to hit, but go ahead and roll another attempt at it for the attack roll.
Ooh.
You try to, but unfortunately, it squirms just enough, and instead you end up hitting one of the books on the bookshelf with the axe.
Why don't I see the rules? Am
Oh my
I
god.
desynced?
Are you scrolled
might
down
not
all the
maybe
way?
do so.
Yeah.
However, you do
Do you
have another
think-
option here.
Oh,
This is
refresh.
a monk weapon, right? And you only had to take a 5-foot step to get into position here. So if you would like, you can use a flurry and do a second attack.
Yep.
Okay.
You're the only one who has to
Can I
attack.
punch it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you want, flurries can be a mix of unarmed, and if you want, you can use the knuckle axe again.
Yeah,
too,
the
but
knuckle axe has
it's up to
better
you.
potential of doing more damage, but it's up to you. Yeah.
Does it? I think
Technically,
Monk
I
Unarmed
have 2
Strike-
attacks
It's
also.
a 3.
Isn't Monk
It's
Unarmed
a
Strike
×3 crit weapon.
Ah, okay. So they're both d6s, so it's
Yeah.
very slightly more if you happen to crit though. Yeah. Either way, it's the same
And
roll either way,
slashing, but
basically
yeah.
for the attack at least. Though.
Okay,
So
so I
yeah,
pull it out from
either-
the book that I hit, and I go after it again with my knuckle axe.
All right. Ooh, and then you just miss, but you don't hit anything.
No.
I sigh out of frustration.
Yeah, this thing is very hard to hit.
No, just be like, hold it tighter. Why are you letting it squirm so much? It's clearly not your fault.
Pilbow puppers.
All right, so one thing I forgot to mention, my character's wearing scale mail, and he's got a steel shield on his person.
Okay.
But he doesn't have it equipped because he wasn't ready
Right,
for
it
combat at the moment.
Right, it wouldn't make sense to have it on the shield on when you're just messing around with the box. Okay. What do you do for this turn then? Did you put the shield on last turn, perhaps?
No, I didn't. I would have equipped my my cestus
Okay.
from my hip.
So you have that then.
Yes. Table. So Pilbo doesn't see much harm in fighting this creature right now because this creature hasn't done any undue harm to him. He's only really vandalized the room. So
That's fair.
Pilbo's going to yell out or say out to the party, "Don't kill it. Everyone can be saved."
All right. To be fair though, I will say you did notice that the one that Hannah hit just disappeared. It didn't leave like a corpse behind or anything. So you think these might be just summoned creatures.
So they don't actually die, they just go back to where they
They
came
go back
from.
to. Mhm.
Yeah, they get like banished back to where they came from. Does that
That's
change
fine.
anything you would want to do? Okay.
No.
All right then. All right, Hannah, it's your turn. So there's kind of a cluster of people around this grappled Pugwampy, but what do you do?
Yeah.
I think you still have a clear shot on him actually down this diagonal.
Yeah, I'm sorry about this, but I'm sitting here reading Acid Splash, and it says it's a missile, not a ray. So does point blank work with it?
Yep. Ranged missiles. If it makes a ranged attack as a roll, then I think it counts.
Well, yeah, but
Right.
spell focus specifically is for rays. Not that I have it yet, or not spell focus, but weapon focus. And so I'm not sure if Acid Splash
I don't think
is.
I don't
Weapon
think it
focus
does for
wouldn't.
like weapon focus, but like for point blank shot, it just says you get a +1 bonus on attack and damage rolls with ranged weapons at range.
Okay, so should
feet.
okay.
I think it still counts. I'm going to count it at least. I don't think it really matters that much
Mhm.
anyway. If I'm wrong in this case either, so
Gotcha.
I'm just going to go with.
Okay. Hannah's gonna cast a spell, and I'm going to say, "You guys are really unlucky, aren't you?" And hopefully, I'm not.
Don't burn me with
Hopefully
that
you're
acid.
not also unlucky.
Yeah, this is called karma.
Yeah, that would.
Famous last words.
I gotta reopen my sheet because I had to refresh. Here we go. Okay, we're gonna start with the attacks at least, and then do the SR, I suppose. Oh wait, I modified the spell. Let me just do.
It doesn't have SR actually, so you're good on that.
Oh, okay.
Like
alright.
I mean it has spell resistance, but Acid Splash does not.
Right. Well,
It's
yeah.
SR no, because it's conjuration.
Oh shit! I'm gonna miss no matter what.
You miss, yeah. So, but you don't miss because of its unluck aura, so it just kind of harmlessly misses.
So you're not unlucky, you're just bad.
You hear her just kind of like sigh at herself. She's like, "Oh God."
It just kind of hits.
I gasp as that acid almost hits me.
Yeah, it just shoots kind of past it and kind of hits the wall back here. But yeah, it doesn't really seem to do anything too bad. All right, Arelis, it is your turn. Do you want to maintain your grapple?
Yes.
Okay.
She tries to tighten her grip on it.
So you do have to
And I
roll
do
this
get a
twice,
+5
but you get
bonus
a
to
plus.
this.
Yep. +5 bonus, but you have to roll potentially twice. All right, go ahead and roll it again. I think you need to roll a 1 to fail it, though.
Yeah.
So the +5 to maintain has a CMD of like 6. So, all right, you maintain your grapple. What do you do to accompany your grapple?
I'm looking up grapple real quick because I know grapple damage bypasses hardness, but I don't know about DR.
It
I don't think it
shouldn't.
does, but
No, it should work just like.
I didn't know it bypassed hardness.
It does bypass
Interesting.
hardness, yeah. Because like if you've got something, you just pound it to bits, like those little dolls
I
at
mean,
the
it's still
beginning of
hard.
Mummy's Mask. You can grab them, but you can just crush them.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to pin it so that all it can do is try to escape, and it takes that additional -4 to its AC.
yep, make it a little bit easier to hit. So
Yep.
yeah, Abrellis tightens her grip and holds it tighter for you guys, give you an easier time. And it's going to
Yeah,
attempt to
she's
escape.
giving the two guys around her an easier time, but she looks back at Hannah. He's like, "Watch it!"
This thing has a this thing only has a +1 to escape artist. I did manage to look it up. But it is better than a CMB, so it's going to attempt to escape artist. Ooh, does that get out?
I'll do it.
All right.
It's...
This thing breaks out of its out of the grapple there, and then it attempts to it attempts to move into Abrellis' square, which is going to provoke from from you at
Everyone?
least. It's only nope.
Yep, I got a rapier.
It's doing it as like a 5-foot step, but since it's going into your square,
Oh.
it's going to provoke from you at least. All right, you missed.
Mhm.
And he's going to attempt to stab you with his little dagger.
Can you duel off that? Escape artist?
Critical hit,
Oh yeah,
Abrellis
he
is
can't.
dead. New
He
character.
can't, you're right. He can't. He did a standard action. Good call.
Okay.
He moves into your square then, and that's all he's got. He moves into your square and menaces you with his dagger. Jace, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm like, okay, Abrellis, don't move. Like, stay perfectly still, and then I swing my warhammer at it.
Oh my god. All right.
Oh, dude.
It's better than shooting my bow, probably.
Gonna have
Does this
cover.
get a flank? Probably not, right?
No.
It does not.
Is it like -2 or 4 or something?
No, there's no penalties.
Alright.
It just gets a bonus. That'll be factored
Oh,
in
I
since
missed
you miss
anyways.
anyway.
I'm trying not to hit you.
All right, Silric, it is your turn again.
I could have thrown
Silver
acid on
follows
you.
suit.
You gonna try to hit
Silver
it too? with your-
follows
Oh.
Jace and goes after him with his knuckle axe again, going hurting a
right. All right, roll
Hey?
again.
Eat him.
Oh, come on, yes. Yeah!
Alright, you hit
Oh,
him.
baby! Did it
And
confirm?
that is enough. Well, now you don't get the crit. But you do take it out. You hit it and it screeches out and then disappears. It just poof, vanishes. We're out of combat.
Nice hit.
Thank you.
And you look around and it doesn't look like you guys managed to contain the damage. It's not too bad. There's a couple books that are like on the floor. There's a shuriken sticking out of one of them, and then there's one that got split by an axe. But yeah. What do you guys do?
We should probably clean this up a bit or maybe put the books that got damaged on the table to let them know what happened.
I brushed myself off with my hat. I look to Silric, who landed the killing blow, and I thank him, saying, "You're a fit fella. Thanks."
You're welcome. Anytime.
And you guys remember as well that box is open now too, so you can look into what's actually in it now too.
I said, be careful. There may be more of them. I'll let me inspect it. I know I was the one that set it off in the first place, but let me see if I can tell what kind of magic is at play here, and I'll
Alright.
detect magic on it again.
You do detect magic on it.
Do I detect perhaps 2 auras instead of 3?
That is correct. There are only 2 auras now instead of 3.
Huh.
Okay.
Do you
So
go and
I'll
look
just
into
let
it?
the party know
discharge
that.
the
So-
magic.
I'll focus on the one I can actually tell is there now,
Okay,
the second
well,
layer.
when you like look down, maybe you stand up to it as you're concentrating on the detect magic aura, and you look down and you see that one of the auras is coming from a little ring down at the bottom of the box. The other stuff you see in the box, besides the ring, is you see a very, very nice looking silver dagger and 3 little red gems.
So what's the other magical thing besides the ring?
Let's have a look-see.
The box itself. The box itself
Okay.
still detects as magic.
Okay, I'll take a look at the ring and I'll hand the box to someone else to look at the rest of the stuff.
Okay. Would you like to
And I'll
spellcraft the
try
ring?
and identify the ring. Yeah.
Okay, you detect that this is a ring of feather falling.
Oh.
Huh.
Um,
I tell
and
them what
as
it
you're
is.
looking at the ring, you see Sheila come back in, and she says, "Good heavens, what is this rumpus?"
Oh, it wasn't our fault. Really?
Yeah.
Kinda
It can be explained.
moves in behind her a little. It's a couple seconds later, and she looks at you expectantly. Well, I'm listening. What
Bella
happened here?
The
says,
box opened.
"Sorry, governor. It opened, got us all into a little bit of a jimmy jam, but we're all fine now."
Hmm.
Oh, the box must have been trapped then.
Some creatures came out of it and
course,
then
I should've-
poofed away.
I should have realized something like this might be going on. I apologize then.
Yeah, we took care of the creatures, no problem though. Not a problem for adventurers such as ourselves.
Bilbo just huffs.
So I'm acting like it all went super smooth. No one missed anything. Like we handled it super nice.
Hmm.
Pay no mind to the damage books.
Well, it doesn't look like it's too bad, but I heard the sound that sounded like a scuffle and was worried, but it looks like it's not too bad. So yeah, she says, "Well, what was in the box?"
Well, there's this ring. I think it is gonna let you feather fall, so you don't get hurt from jumping from a height. And I'll hand it over.
And she goes she looks at it and then hands it back to you, and kind of looks at the inside the box. Says, "Well, you guys can keep what was in the box for the trouble. I'd like to keep the box though, from the actual box itself, though, if you don't mind."
You said there was other things in there, though?
There's
Let's take a look at what's
very
what else is in there.
okay. So the
few
other things you
gems
see in there are 3
and a
gems,
dagger.
red gems, and a very, very nice looking
gems.
silver dagger.
Dagger.
Hmm
We're fighting vampires tonight.
So I'll go ahead and just tell you that the
Werewolves.
dagger is
Wait,
a
never mind. Go ahead.
masterwork silver dagger. And as for the gems, if somebody wants to roll on a praise check, I can tell you more about them.
All right. Bilbo's eyes kind of light up seeing the gems.
All
Of
right.
course.
He kind
they
of gets a
do.
little spunk to his step.
Okay. Fittingly, Pilbo is pretty sure that these garnets are worth 50 gold apiece. And there's 3 of them.
Nice and valuable.
Hmm
Does anyone want this ring? I don't plan on jumping from heights anytime soon.
I'll take
And
it.
Sheila looks to Karai and says, "Well, I think our business was concluded." And Karai nods and says, "Yes, I'll be on my way now." And she looks to you and says, "Well, good luck to you guys in your mission that Sheila has for you." And she takes her leave, leaving just you
Alright,
guys.
and I give
All
the
right.
ring
The
over to
five of you
Silric.
and Sheila. All right, Silric takes the ring of Featherfall. So the
Yeah,
way
Umbrella
Featherfall
says
works.
that she's fallen from heights plenty of times. It's never hurt her. So best that Silric take it. Don't want that pretty face of yours getting scuffed up.
Pilbo takes the gems and says he knows where to take these and just pockets them.
All right.
Hey,
From
we all
Umbrella.
worked for those, so I hope you plan on sharing.
Pilbo doesn't answer.
he's evasive about it.
Uh,
I'm assuming he will though. Like when you guys sell it.
yeah, I think
We're gonna have to
I'll
work
in
our
character
way.
just assume he will.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't, then
Um,
I'll raise the question.
Then you guys will bash his face in.
Ha!
Well, if they're worth 50 gold a pop, then that means we should all get 30 gold
Yeah.
pieces from wherever you fence it to.
Yeah,
I don't know if he
but
told
Pilbo
us how
didn't
much
tell
they
you
were
what they're
worth,
worth.
though. What do I think they're worth?
Well, yeah, Jace knows what they're worth too with 13. He knows.
Okay, so I'll say it out loud. Pilbo, it's only fair. We all work for those, so you can sell them. But if you get about 50 gold each, we should each get 30 gold of that. It's only fair.
Don't worry, I know a
It's
guy.
after Karaya leaves, Sheila kind of clears her throat to get like your attention. Says, "First,
Oh,
let me
yes,
apologize for
of
that
course.
unpleasantness regarding the gremlins. But it does provide an excellent object lesson. The life of an adventurer is not one for the weak-hearted. But the fact that you took care of the gremlins and also got the box open is all the confirmation I need that my gut was right about you lot. You guys are the perfect group for the job I have in mind."
Of course I am.
Well, you see, I've recently had some trouble with one of my informants here in Magnamar, a woman by the name Natalia Van Kaskerkin.
Oh shit! Van Casker kid. I know
Yeah.
that name. Matt knows that name.
Yeah, I figured about.
Man, Saul has had a lot of kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's a half Arisian who recently approached the Pathfinder Society with an offer to serve as a street informant. She runs with the Sarni, and I'm not sure which group though. But about a week ago, she sent me a cryptic hint that her gang was on the verge of uncovering a powerful, ancient Thessalonian artifact that would be of great interest to the society. Um, anyway, we don't really. I didn't really get very much more details on it, unfortunately, but it is something though that I'm very interested in. She hinted though that it was that, like I said, that it was very, very powerful and it was pertained to Thassalon. But unfortunately, she, even though she was saying that she would get it to me, she never kept that promise. She simply vanished. Initially, I assumed it
Oh
was just
my.
taking longer than expected, but now I'm hearing rumors that the Sarni are looking for her as well. It's possible that she's just stolen the item and decided to keep it for herself. But it's also possible that something bad's happened to her. I'm not sure which. But that's where you come in. I want to know what it was that she and the Sarni found. And I'm actually more interested in that than, well, what happened to her, to be honest. Uh, but for now, I'd like to keep all this quiet. So if you can find out what happened without letting a lot of people know about it, all the better. It's a big reason why I'm coming to you as relatively new members of the society, and some of you perhaps not even as part of the society at all. But you're more unknown spaces around Magnamar rather than getting someone, a big shot, to do it. It's part of why I can't have Karaya do it. I don't think that the Sarni would be willing to talk to her, or anybody else around town that might be connected to this.
Umbrellis nods, and she says that we can keep it on the pudding and mush. Don't you worry.
Very
Oh.
good.
If
So,
that's the
to
mission you
summarize,
have for us, then that's
I
what
want
I'll
you to go
do.
out and look for Natalia, find out what happened to her, and if this item that her gang discovered, if you can secure it and bring it back to me, I'll reward you 500 gold pieces. And if you can bring Natalia back, I'll double it.
All right. Now,
Alright.
now you're talking.
I ask. You said double. Is that 1,000 total or 1,500?
1,000. If you bring her back, if you could bring Natalia back alive, so I can talk to her, then I will give you 1,000 gold pieces.
Okay. I mean,
Very
I do
well, we will
need
try and
money,
find your
but
I like it.
artifact and your informant.
you think I need the help of all these people, though?
Well, I do think that you will need multiple people. This could be potentially very dangerous. Dealing with the Sarni Sarni thugs that are also looking for you are likely to cross paths with you, and they're not something that you should probably be dealing with on your own. It's very potentially dangerous,
Very
and
well.
more minds are better than one.
Sometimes, maybe.
I mean, yes, there are some Pathfinders that like working on their own, but like Karaya, but most of us have found that working with more people provides more unique perspectives and gives you a better chance of uncovering different avenues of finding information and finding solutions to strange predicaments you might come across.
Umbrellis nods, and she nods to Hannah and says, "That's right. You need us."
Would I know about this thug party from my past?
The Sarnis, you
Yeah.
can roll a knowledge local if you have it.
I don't have that.
Okay, so you don't know much about them, but well, you know a little bit about them. They're pretty infamous around. If assuming you're like from this region,
Yes.
like they're really kind of like the main. Like there's a lot of different Sarni gangs, but they're all kind of like loosely affiliated, and they're like the main kind of like crime underworld in Varisia. So they have presence like in Corvosa, Magnamar, Riddleport, um, and that's like their main places they'll have it in. But so you do know that they're yeah, they're pretty big. And I think some of the other party members know about the Sarni already as well, for their own reasons. Anyway, so she says, I would like you to get on this as soon as possible. Like I said, I don't know. Natalia might be in danger, but she might also just be, like I said, she might just have gone off on her own. She might have decided this artifact was something she wanted to keep for herself. Whatever the case, though, I'd like you to begin your investigation as soon as possible. Unfortunately, I don't have a whole lot of leads for you, though.
Take whatever you got.
Where did she like to hang out?
Well, I don't know a whole lot about that, unfortunately. One of the conditions for her working with me was that I allowed her to retain a good amount of her anonymity and autonomy, so that she'd be free to handle things as she saw fit, which now is starting to look like it might have been a mistake. But what I can tell you is that the person who originally helped me get in contact with her was a man known as he runs kind of a old kind of carnival sideshow. He calls himself the Amazing Zograthi.
Cool.
He's a bit of
Very well.
a contact for for outsiders to contact the Sarni gangs if they have business they want to conduct with them. That is pretty much the only lead that I have for you. Although,
Can we get a spelling on that?
yeah, I can give you that.
The Amazing Zograthi. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, you could find him. There's a little kind of street carnival that he's got a little tent set up in. That'd be one place you can start. Probably, like I said, I'd be careful though because the Zarni are also apparently looking for her. At least that's what I've heard.
Of course.
It's also possible that if you talk to the town guard, if you go talk to them, they might be able to give you some information as well. Although that's a little bit more of a long shot. They've
It
been dealing
also
currently
kind
with
of doesn't keep you on the DL. Thought you didn't want people to know about this.
well, I don't want them to know that I'm connected specifically, but you could probably talk to them as long as they don't know. They won't know who you are. But they are a little busy right now with their own issues. There's recently been a rash of disappearances that they've been trying to deal with. Apparently, I'm not sure if they're connected or not.
It
I
could be
don't
connected
see
to
any
her,
reason
though.
why. Well, I don't think so, and I don't see any reason why they would be. My gut tells me there might be some sort of connection, and I just can't place what it would be. And she also pulls out from a bag she's got in on her. She pulls out a little bag, hands it over. These are in case you get into trouble and get wounded. These will help. She gives you a bag with 4 potions of cure light wounds on them.
Oh,
I was
okay.
hoping for sensu beans
Take one of those.
These are the closest thing that sensu beans in the Pathfinder universe, apparently.
and level 1 Pathfinder.
For level 1 Pathfinder.
Yes, you guys should take
I'll
those.
insist that everyone else takes one. That I don't want one.
I don't need one
Okay.
either. I can take care of myself, or I can take care of you if you run out of potions.
Okay, if you insist.
Anyway, is there any other questions I can help you with, or anything else I can offer to help you?
I mean, if that's all the information she has for us about where we can start looking for this person, I can't think of quite anything else.
What does she look like? How will we know her when we see her?
She's a half Farisian woman. She's got long black hair, and yeah, tends to dress kind of along similar to other Verisian kind of wear. When I met her,
Okay.
she had a red headband.
Well, I'm Verisian, so I should be able to spot her easy.
Yeah, she had red headbands and large hoop earrings.
All right.
Great. Let's go right away. Like you said, time is of the essence.
Yep, and this is around what time is it? It's like noonish, I think. It's when the letter told you guys to meet. So you guys have daylight still.
Okay. Then, yes, let's go.
All right. So she indicates like where, like if somebody has like a map, or she maybe just gives you directions. She tells you where you can find the amazing Zograthi, like where this little street carnival is. And I'm gonna draw. It's gonna be in like an orange kind of color here. That little orange square on the left side of the map over there is where you can find the little street carnival. She also tells you that, or perhaps you would just know this, that if you wanted to follow up on talking to the guard, that blue square down there on the giant circle there is a place called the Arvinsor, which is the kind of the headquarters of the City Watch. And yeah, leave it up to you guys. How do you want to approach this? Do you just want to head straight to the amazing Zograthi? Is there anything else you'd like to do first?
That's our only lead, right?
It's the only lead you have right now, correct.
Yeah.
You do know, okay, so the other thing she gave you that's kind of a loose lead is she said there's also been like some disappearances. But, and then the fact that she ran with the Sardi, you could theoretically, you could theoretically just ask around about it, or if you happen to know, have like a Sarni contact of your own, perhaps, you could talk to them, maybe. But yeah, other than that, that's the only she gave you that she's supplied so far.
Okay. Wouldn't really want to ask the Zarni if they're looking for her. Until we like run out of everything.
Right, and that's kind of the thing though, because the amazing Zograthi he does work with the Zarni. He's like their contact that they use to that you go to if you want to do business with the Zarni. Like him being a fortune teller at this carnival is like a front, basically. That's what Sheila Heedmark's telling you.
Okay.
So you could talk. Just she recommends caution when you go talk to him. But yeah, like theoretically, you can just ask around as well.
Do you guys wanna ask around? Okay. Maybe if people know more about him.
Sure. We can start with that.
I think that's a good idea.
Okay, so where would you like to direct? Like, what sort of part of town are you going to be asking, and what exactly are you going to be trying to gather information about? Are you going to ask about this?
What are our
Are you
options?
asking?
Do we know where he hangs out the most?
Okay, who are you referring to? Like, who hangs out the most? You talking about
The
Natalia?
Zograthi?
Or Zagrathi?
They were trying to figure out.
He makes me think you're talking about Zagrathi. Natalia. Okay, so yeah, she. So yeah, she's riding with the Sarnis, so she would probably be somewhere in the rougher part of town, somewhere over on the west side of town, probably. But other than that, you don't really have a very specific area. Now you do know, of course, the shadiest part of town is underneath the bridge here, and kind of like this area over here. It's kind of the shadier part of town.
Where would my church be located?
A Church of Lamashtu. I don't know where that would be.
Underground.
Not in the open.
I feel like that might be under the bridge over here, honestly, in the shadier part of town. It's not something that's very openly and widely followed.
Somebody's house that you like wear a cloak to, and you have like a special knock.
Yeah.
Closed windows.
Yeah, you have a special.
Also,
knock.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, so I'd say it's probably over here somewhere. If you have like a Lamashtu shrine in, it's probably not much of a temple. It's probably, like I said, more of a shrine. But yeah, there'd be something probably under here. Or you can see over this circle over here. That kind of shows what it looks like under the bridge down there.
So what about the amazing Zograthi though? Do we know where to find him?
Yeah. It's this orange circle over here. There's a kind of street carnival, and he's got a tent there.
Yeah, let's go there.
Okay.
Yeah, I tell the party if they're okay with that.
That's the most straightforward lead. So,
all right, I'm back.
We want to ask around in that area first. if we
About
can,
Zagrathi?
yeah, if we can know
Okay.
more.
Yeah, and you can also roll. So you can either roll a knowledge local to see like what you know about him,
Don't have it.
or you can roll a diplomacy check to gather information, kind of around Washer's Row, which is where
Oh,
this is
shoot.
at.
I'm too noble
Aha.
to be here.
Yeah.
Alright. So Borellis knows again that, yeah, that this street carnival is a front for the Awashside Ringers, which is one of the larger Sarni gangs within Magnemar. And yeah, like you know the same thing, of course. Also, that Amazing Zagrathi is kind of like a liaison between like people
Liaison.
that want to do business with the Sarni and that want to and like yeah. You also know
He's a
that
middleman.
if you want to get yeah, he's a middleman basically. You know that if you want to get information from him, you'll probably have to bribe him.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really when you guys try to ask around for information though, you guys aren't like people aren't really willing to tell you much. Mostly they're just like, oh yeah, he's like maybe somebody tells you like, oh yeah, he's a hack. He's not able to really tell your fortune. That's about the most information you get.
Would I know how much he would probably take to give us information on someone like Natalia?
You think that it could be as little like you think that the minimum you'll probably be able to get some information like that out of him is probably as much as like 15 gold pieces, and it might cost you more than that if he considers it like very important or sensitive information to the Zarni.
I tell the others that since we've got 3 of those pretty jewels, we might be able to use one of them to definitely get information out of him. He's not that expensive. He's kind of cheap.
You think he knows something that
How does
bad?
Pilbo react to hearing that?
I tell
He's
Hannah
like, no, my
that
precious.
Surely there's
That's what I'm
somebody else who
expecting.
has the same information that's not asking for money.
if the Zarni keeping him around, he's worth something to them. So
Perhaps
he
we can
knows.
convince him that giving us the information will benefit him in another way, such as keeping him safe. I heard there are disappearances. We may be able to find the cause.
She laughs when you say that. She says, "Oh, that's rich." Listen, you don't know anything about the crime scene. Usually, what talks is money.
But
You
surely, for the
do?
good of all people,
Sorry, 2 people were talking. What was said?
Hannah said, and
Hannah's
you
asked.
do?
Yeah.
know the
and-
crime scene.
Uh,
And I
Abrellis
said,
says to Hannah, "Let me answer this question by asking you one. A minted bird like you wearing a nice dress like that, how much would you pay for it? Half a pony or a monkey?"
Nothing at all. Surely there's somebody else.
And that's why you need me. You don't speak, the thieves can.
Well,
I say surely
regardless,
if it's
I don't
for
need
the
the
good of all
money,
the
so
people.
give it away. I don't care.
Like even someone who's from the lower part of town, surely they'll help out their fellow citizens. Clearly, Jace does not understand.
yeah, he's
Yeah,
like
and she
super
gives him a
idealistic.
tisk tisk and shakes her finger.
Yeah, he thinks all people are
Uh,
like good and pure.
So I say we hold on to those jewels just in case we need them, because they can get us a long way here. But if we know stuff about him, then let's try and figure out some stuff about Natalia before we go to him and ask or I don't know, ask around or do some like very simple like detectiving. Is there something we can do or a check that we can do to figure out more about Natalia?
Yeah, you could do a gather information check on that.
Okay.
You do diplomacy to try to gather information about what people around here know about Natalia.
I'm gonna do the same thing.
Wait, we're both using black as the color.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh,
Alright, so you
what's
guys
this? Do I
try.
do I have the best diplomacy with
Yeah,
no ranks in it?
The party is not very good at diplomacy, apparently.
I have no ranks.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, you guys are having a hard time digging up information on her. Most of the people you're asking have no idea who you're talking about.
All right.
Is this or maybe we should ask around my church. There's people from all walks of life there.
This is like where Pilbo's like trying to get you guys to go to his church.
Yeah.
Have you heard the good news?
What church is this?
Lamanche too. She loves everyone for who they are.
I seem like shocked by this. Like no, I would never go there.
Don't know her.
I also don't know this goddess or deity.
And I have my eyes on you now. Like I'm not sure about this guy.
Why do you
But
seem so hesitant? She has helped me in life. She's helped everyone she's touched.
What has she done for you?
She's brought me back from the depths. My life has purpose now.
well, I still think it's a good thing to check every avenue. So, you know what? Go why don't you go and talk with your church?
You guys gonna go with, or are we splitting the party?
See what they can dig up.
I'm definitely not going.
He strikes me as odd, but if anything goes sour, Umbrellis is pretty sure she can run away.
Pilbo
Alright.
points in the direction of his church and says, "Come, come," and just starts walking.
Okay. I know Jace doesn't seem like he wants to go, but what does everybody
No,
else
I'm not
say?
going.
So you were splitting the party then?
I am not going, whether that means I'm by myself or not. It doesn't matter. But I
Well, you
say
could-
Lamanche 2
You
is
could go and
a
refuse to go
cruel
into the building.
mistress.
So you could go
I will
in
not
from
go
under
near the
bridge
place.
and-
I'll stay like a couple blocks away, maybe.
Okay. So when you follow
All
for
right.
a part of the way, perhaps, and then you say, "All right, well, now that we're getting close, I'm not going there."
Yeah, as soon as I see it, I'm like, this is close enough. Whatever the shrine or whatever building is. Or if it's just like a building that looks like a normal building, I'll just stay outside.
Yeah. But as
If
it
it looks like a
likely
church,
is
I won't
under
go
the
near it.
bridge and in the bad part of town, I will recognize where we're walking. Not that I've been there before, but yeah. I would know that this is the bad part of town.
Can't say I've been down here before. Does anybody have manners down here?
Don't
I
worry.
tell everyone,
They're
be
not gonna
careful.
hurt you.
Lamashu's a deceitful goddess. Don't let her fool you.
Why are you so against my lord? He's done nothing but help me.
She.
She, yeah.
Oh, did I say he? I meant she. Yeah.
I mean, I say she's not what she seems. She
Yeah.
seeks
So I'm
to,
guessing.
Are
know,
you a religious man?
I I've follow a few deities. I know of some various gods.
You follow and know what does that mean?
It means that I have not devoted my life to following a single deity, but I know of gods.
Then how can you say Lamashtu is so horrible if you just don't give it a chance? I was once
Oh,
like you
he's
and
got you
didn't
there.
believe.
I know what I was taught. The clerics of Torag were very clear with the various evil deities.
I was once taught information that was wrong at one point too, but now I know what's right.
I can see that you are deceived. I can only pray that you see the truth one day.
Bilbo
Oh,
just
these
beckons to
two.
go inside.
All right.
These two
So
button heads.
yeah. So Jace refuses to go into the shrine. There's like kind of this little like it probably is not like much to look at when you're outside of it. It probably looks like kind of a little small little stone building.
I do
Um,
give Jace some advice, and that's that you're safer in numbers here. But it's your choice if you want to stay by yourself.
I'll be just outside. I'll keep watch.
all right.
All
Does
right.
everybody else go
Watch
in then?
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go in.
All right. So you get in, and it's kind of a yeah. You see inside. There's kind of a like it's not. It's pretty humble looking inside of it. But there's like a little shrine in there. There's kind of a tapestry there with the holy symbol of Lamashtu.
Yeah, the three-eyed jackal kind of
Yeah,
looking
the
thing.
three-eyed jackal
Yeah.
looking thing. Um, and it doesn't look like there's anybody like currently, kind of in this central like chamber right here, like in the greeting room, I guess, kind of. But and it's not a very big place either. It's pretty small. Like there's kind of like a little shrine
Right.
there.
It's really more of a shrine.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and
All
there's
right.
maybe a
Well,
couple little benches around it, but yeah, but it's not like a congregation or anything.
yeah, I don't see anybody, so I just look expectantly to Pilbo here
Me too.
to get his people.
Um, but shortly after you guys come in, a woman does come from like another room behind the shrine. Like there's a little doorway in the back archway that she kind of emerges from. And you see like this woman that's got like a bunch of scars on her face, and she says something. She says, "What brings you to my shrine, dearies?" And she knows it's Pilbo. It says, "Ah."
Hmm.
She recognizes you. She's met you before. Um, how can I help you?
These are acquaintances of the new society I've joined. They have questions that I think maybe you can answer.
Well, I can't promise that I will know, but what are these questions?
Well, if someone's gonna ask, and if it's not Pilbo, then I'll mention that.
Pilbo motions towards the party, trying to get them to talk.
Yeah, we'll take it off your hands. Uh, uh, I get to the point, and I ask if she knows of anyone named Natalia Van Kaskerkin.
Who is this Natalia Van Kaskerkin?
We were hoping you would know.
Hmm. She's someone who was looking for something valuable. Word on the street says that uh, something valuable was found, like a relic.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't think I've heard this word. Unfortunately,
Do
I
you
don't know that I.
know of a
Mhm.
person that maybe will know more?
Well, what kind of person is this Natalia Van Kaskerkin?
I guess an adventurous kind of person. From what we've heard. A relic seeker.
Well, what I can tell you is that there have been disappearances going around town. I know this
Oh my.
because some guards questioned me about him just the other day, but I can assure you that I had nothing to do with it. Perhaps she fell victim to one of these disappearances. If you
Hmm.
don't know where she is. The guards were
We'll
looking
keep
into
that
it,
in
like I
mind.
said.
Where do the guards think these things have been happening?
They've been happening mostly around the west side of town. I did hear a rumor about these disappearances too, not too long ago.
Okay.
The rumor that I've heard just the other day is that the disappearances are from a group of Nidalee slavers.
Group of Nidalee slavers.
Yes, that they've been picking people off the street and selling them into slavery.
Okay.
Slavery. Oh my.
And now the other thing that I heard is that there's a old abandoned tavern known as the Puffy Pelican,
Huh.
and that supposedly this is the place that these Nidalee slavers have been doing their pickups.
It does sound
Okay.
like a low-end place, doesn't it?
Did you say Puffy Tavern?
It's the
Puppy?
Puffy Pelican
Puffy.
is the name of the.
Okay.
It's an old abandoned tavern.
Sounds like it's by a pier, maybe.
Where is it
That's
exactly?
correct.
Would the location of this tavern be
I'll
known
draw it for
from
you.
my family history?
Maybe. This. Oops. I should probably use a different color for this one. On the map layer, so I don't accidentally move it. It's gonna be the. So I'm gonna put a kind of a salmon colored dot right here, kind of pinkish color. This little square. I'll point to it as well.
Mm-hmm.
This is where the Puffy Pelican is, right down here.
Okay. Oh, I know of that place.
Yes, it used to be a tavern, a very lively place, but not anymore. Now it's been boarded up, but supposedly it's being used by these Nidalee slavers. I don't know if there's any veracity to these claims, but it was a rumor that I heard recently. I told the guards about it as well. I don't know if they've followed up on it or not. But supposedly the hiccups tend to happen around midnight.
All right.
And if you go near it, I've heard rumors that you can see its activities, even though this place is supposed to be abandoned. I haven't looked into it myself because it hasn't really concerned me too much. Unfortunately, that's all only information I have, and I'm not 100% sure if your friend that you're looking for really would have fell victim to this or not. But if you haven't been able to find her, perhaps it's worth a shot.
All right. Well, we'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Mhm. Yes, indeed. Thank you.
Thanks for the info.
It's my pleasure, especially if it'll help Pilbo out in any way.
Well, I'm glad you're looking out for him.
Yes, Lamash too looks out for all of her followers like
What's
a
this?
caring, nurturing mother.
What's this dame's name?
Come on, Pluto, you can do it.
Waiting for the random name generator.
I might be.
He didn't have it
waiting.
open for some reason.
He wasn't ready.
It's
Oh,
very
no.
possible.
Woman Fountain. Whoa.
Her
Whoa.
name is no, her name is Joanne.
All right.
It's a nice name.
Aw, thank you.
I
My mother,
bless
the
her
random
and
name
say
generator, gave it to me.
thank you.
I hope
All
you
right.
have
Yeah.
luck finding what you're looking for. Alright, so you guys got another lead.
Yeah, a little bit. Although this kidnapping thing seems a little tangential to finding Natalia at the moment.
Maybe. She might have been victim to the kidnapping, though.
Maybe, but we don't know yet.
Yeah. That reminds me, I was gonna give you XP for getting information, but I also realized I didn't give you XP for the Pugwampies earlier, so...
That's right.
Can we just accrue XP at the end?
I can
We
keep
could, yeah.
track if you want and tell you guys what it is at the end. Whatever you want to do.
Oh my god, we're at 7,000 experience after session 1.
No.
Okay, so...
Pluto, why
120.
are you slaving Nidalee? Free Nidalee. No Nidalee slavers.
120... Okay, so make that 240 so far, and then for everyone, and then an additional 50 for everybody after that. So 290 experience total for everybody so far.
Okay.
Somebody wants to write that down. The other
That's
thing I
before
wanted to,
splitting it up.
yeah, the other bookkeeping thing I want to wrap up real quick or consolidate real quick. I know that Silric has the Ring of Featherfall and Pilbo has the garnets right now. Who took the silver, the Master Silver
Matt
dagger?
did. Brellis.
Okay.
Yep,
It was in
I
chat, but not said aloud.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. That's good on that. So, what do you guys do from here then? You guys have another
Yeah.
lead.
Jay saw you
That
take
one-
it, but he was okay with it.
That one is one that's kind of tied to a time as well, like the evening and midnight. Supposedly there
Yeah.
might be a meeting of Nidalee slavers happening at this old abandoned tavern. So that's another.
Hey,
reason
what are
guys
you
have
actually
this.
saying,
But
Pluto?
it's-
Because I keep hearing Nidalee slavers, and I don't want you to slave Nidalee. Like, for real, what are you saying?
Nidalese, like they're from the country of Nidal.
Okay, it's
From the
actually like,
country of
okay,
Nidal.
it's actually really close to Nidalee. Okay.
It is, yeah.
I'm like, I haven't played too much League of Legends. That's just, it actually sounds like that. Okay.
All right. Well, I think we have to go ask the dude.
What dude? So Jason's waiting outside. Who do you have to ask what?
Zagrathi.
Oh yeah.
As we
Yeah, I'm
come out,
assuming you
yeah,
guys
And
I
I
know
could have
all
told
guys
you
we're gonna
that
have to meet.
I could have told you going here
Let's
would
go
be a
talk
waste
about-
of time.
Well, it wasn't a complete
It
waste.
wasn't a waste
She did
of
tell us
time,
some
actually.
interesting information about.
Who
Right.
told you?
Joanne, she was quite lovely. A little strange,
okay.
but lovely.
And what did she tell you?
She told us of only kind words.
Right.
I tell Jace that she told us about some tea leaves pinching dames.
Jace just looks at you like I said, it was a waste of time.
He's like, I don't speak Spanish.
Yeah.
Like, we have our lead, we're wasting time.
Very well. Let's go.
Alright, so let's go to the weird, crazy street carnival and ask the amazing Zagrathi what he knows. And yeah, keep those
Keep
gems
your
on
wits
hand just in
about.
case you have to bribe them.
As well, because
Right.
trickery. Actually, expect more trickery here than from this Lamashtu.
All right.
She starts like putting like all her like things on her belt like into her bag.
So you guys head back over to Washer's Row then.
Mhm.
And it's
Alright.
still evening, right? Or it's still like afternoon right now. It's just a little bit later in the afternoon now. He's gone back and forth across town a little bit. But maybe it's been a couple hours. But you see at the southern end of Washer's Row a tattered banner hanging over the entrance to a small side street advertises Professor Calavario's stupendous exhibition of the outrageous and the sublime. Beyond this overly exuberant advertisement is a squalid setup consisting of little more than a series of rundown sideshow booths and carts with assorted games and amusements of the meaner sort. To one side, urchins pitch pennies at lily pads floating on a small, scum-covered fountain, while a bored carny looks on. Nearby, the sound of cats hissing and fighting arises from behind a cart where a small crowd of ne'er-do-wells has gathered to cheer and place bets. Everywhere lurk faces pinched with suspicion or hunger, expressions worn by carnival workers and visitors alike. This is not the sort of place to be careless with a coin purse.
Oh no, of course.
Yes, I'm quite aware. That's why I'm putting it all away now.
Alright.
Yeah, I'll like put it in one of my pouches on my belt and like rather than just like hanging on my belt
Sure.
and like make sure it's in there tight so they'd have to like take my whole belt to take my money.
So yeah, it's basically clear that this is a very kind of sketchy place for sure.
Yeah.
How do you guys approach this?
With my weapons concealed.
All right.
I mean, my weapon's on my back, my giant bow. So yeah, it's not concealed and I have a hammer
Jace is
hanging at
not
my
subtle.
side.
Yeah.
So
Jace is
no,
not
it's
subtle.
not subtle.
Jace and Pilbo are probably very obviously armed.
Pilbo is not like afraid of these parts of town.
Yeah, his goddess protects him. Yeah, do you guys you just go kind of walk in there? Do you ask somebody for directions, or you just kind of keep an eye out for Zagrathi's tent?
Oh yeah, I keep an eye out.
So yeah, you walking through, and it doesn't take you too long to find a very well patched tent with a sign indicating the amazing Zograthi.
You're amazing.
He's amazing.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, once we find him, I'll start talking him up.
Okay, so you guys walk into the tent then?
Yeah, let's go in.
Yeah.
Okay, you walk into the tent.
Unless we hear he's like in meeting with someone else
No,
at the
it
time.
looks like he's not, and he looks like this, and he looks up at you. He's like kind of sitting behind like a little table, and he kind of like gestures out with his hands, and he says, "The amazing Zograthi sees all and knows all. A double fist of silver for a turn of the cards, or a vision in the crystal. A treble fist of gold for the secrets of the multiverse."
We're looking for something a bit more solid and real information.
Oh, secrets. Perhaps my greatest trade. Very well, 50 gold. What do you want to know?
Of course.
I'm gonna thieves' cant with him, and start telling him about. Well, I'm gonna ask him in this thieves' cant about anything he knows of the Zarnis trying to look for Natalia Van Kaskerkin, or if yeah.
I can give you this information, but it's going to cost you, like I said, 50 gold. Information.
I'm gonna hustle him down.
Alright. Gonna attempt a diplomacy check for it then?
I'm gonna intimidate.
Intimidate. Okay.
That's what I'm best at.
Let's see it.
Not a terrible roll, but not high either.
Yeah, his face kind of darkens and he whistles. And he kind of stands up and he says, "I don't like your tone." And you see a couple armed thugs kind of start coming in behind you guys. Now, I suggest that you either pay the 50 gold, I give you the information, and you be on your way, or you just be on your way.
I give a whistle of my own, and I look to Pilbo.
Do the thugs
give him
look
a
like
wink.
tough? Like, do I think I could take them?
You think that you maybe could, but like they definitely are armed. It's
Okay.
hard to
I
tell.
want to get a feel of this guy and see how serious he is about us paying him 50 gold.
You can roll sense motive.
That's a plus 3 more, so 20.
Okay, you think that he is at the end of his fuse, and you think that if you try to haggle with him anymore, he is just going to kick you out. You think the 50 gold it's take it or leave it at this point.
So I say to the party, I kind of huddle everyone together. I'm like, I think we should all chip in 10 gold apiece. This guy's pretty serious.
But just give him one of those gems.
You could also just
Yeah,
give him one of
just-
the garnets.
Yeah, Abrellis tells him to fish out a gem.
Okay. I pull a gem out of my pocket and offer it to him. Says, this is worth the amount of money you ask.
He grabs it and kind of like squints at it, holding it up. Kind of.
He takes out one of those little
light coming
like
from
tiny magnifying monocles.
Yeah, he doesn't do that, but he holds it up so like the light shines through, coming from the door behind where he's got his thug standing there. Kind of they're holding the flap on the tent open, and he pockets says, "Very well, I'll give you what you want." Oh, okay, Swanky.
Yeah,
disconnected.
there's two
Okay, we're
there
good.
were two Swinkies.
There are two Swankies for a moment.
2 Swanky, 5 me.
All right, so he tells very well. I can tell you what we do know. The Sarni, of course, are looking for her as well. But what I can tell you is that she was working with a group, with one of our gangs, a rival of ours, actually, the Tower Girls, a group of cat burglars. It doesn't
Okay.
interest me quite as much as them. They are particularly interested in it because, at least that's a word, they have been searching for her. I don't know exactly what's going on, but apparently I heard them say that she went mad before she disappeared. Now, what I can tell you as well is that the Tower Girls were staying at a warehouse ran by a man named uh, Fenster the Blight.
Fenster the Blight.
Yes,
Do you know where this warehouse is?
Yes, it's under the bridge. He's a very disgusting
Aw, crap.
man, but
Oh
we
no.
got. Yeah, we were just there, damn it. Unfortunately, that's all I have for you, though.
All right.
And that information's worth 50 gold pieces. I look at him skeptically.
He shrugged. Says it was worth 50
I
gold pieces
give
to me.
I give Jace a gentle nudging at first, and I tell him business is business.
Sure, I
Let
just
this
may be more
fruitcake
careful
in a
with who
party.
I buy
So
information
mean.
from in the future.
You should already do that to begin with, but let's go.
And then he kind of waves you off and says, "Now, if that'll be all, if you could, I have other business, other patrons that will be wanting to visit soon."
After
But
we
good
leave, if
luck.
we see anyone else heading his way, I'll tell them that he charges too much.
Okay.
Honestly, how do you
Just not
judge
not
the
not to get
value
back
of
at him, but
information?
just to warn them.
Okay.
Like, I want to make sure that they're not taken advantage of.
Well,
But
the value of something is its demand, and we were demanding that information, so I'll happily part with something we just came into today.
I suppose it did work. Either way, like I said, I don't need the money.
Yes, we all know you're rich.
She
Jace is like annoyed
like
right now.
snickers at you.
Must be nice to be loved by your parents.
Actually, my parents didn't love me.
Sure.
So everybody,
Kobo just walks faster.
everybody gets 30 experience.
We're all like emotionally scarred. Let's go.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
No, it
at
should be
least you
more than
had
that.
parents.
Hold up a minute. No, it should be another. Sorry, it should be another 120 experience.
All right.
And
On top of
Jace doesn't
so-
expand on that, but yeah.
I think that was 290 plus 120 now, up to 410.
Man, GM doing math in real
Alright.
time. It's impressive.
Pilbo guides to the warehouse because he knows this area fairly well.
Okay.
We'll
Yeah,
follow.
Saying, "Come, come."
You might even heard of this Fenster the Blight.
Yeah, we head to this Fencer the Blight's place to go ask the Tower Girls.
All right. So this is a old rundown warehouse right on the shoreline, and it doesn't smell very nice. There's around the area. There's kind of like these filthy tidal pools that it cause, like from places where when it rolls in, water gets trapped there.
Yeah.
You come across this partially collapsed warehouse. There's kind of like some of the like a couple of the walls are like crumbled down, and like the roof is open on part of it. Sun's coming in from it and it's starting to get into the evening. Like the sun's starting to set a little bit, kind of putting like an ominous kind of shade over the whole thing. I mean, you guys are also under the bridge, but I mean, yeah, the sun's coming in from the sun's kind of streaming in a little bit from the kind of from over the coast into the bridge or under the
I'll
bridge there.
cast
So you guys
the light
kind of
spell and put it on my warhammer that's hanging at my side.
just give yourself a little bit
So it
better light.
lights up my area a bit around me, yeah.
I would
Um,
cast light on my shield.
okay, you guys are getting fancy here.
Alright, they have light provided. Fine.
I ask Jace if he's going to come inside or if he's going to stand out?
Well, when you get up to the oh shit, what the hell? I hit the wrong button. I hit the back
I
button.
say if it's not associated to an evil deity, then I have no problem going inside.
Well, when you get actually to the warehouse, you see a note that is very terribly spelt out that basically doesn't tell you to go. It tells you not to go.
Not gonna lie, but this Magus is acting a lot like a cleric or a paladin.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
says,
Actually,
leave a
Magus
gift
Paladin
and
is
wait
a cool multi-class.
outside.
That would be kind of interesting.
And there's
Leave
a dented
gift
platter.
and wait up.
Yeah, there's a dented platter, little tin platter right underneath this sign, and this is like right outside this like rundown, decrepit warehouse that's like, yeah, falling into the ocean.
Leave a gift and wait outside. All right.
I say we leave this one and point towards Jace.
Is he an acceptable gift?
I would be a gift
Seems very delicate.
for anyone.
I wouldn't call him a gift.
Me neither.
I mean, in all honesty though, like I am a pretty attractive guy,
Oh, okay.
and so I act like I am a gift.
I pull out a spoon from my mess kit and I leave it.
A spoon from your mess kit.
It's a gift.
Oh boy.
All right.
I
Perhaps
think I
one of
know
those
what
gems.
it's asking for, but I don't know with my knowledge or whatever. Like I'm pretty sure they're talking about money, right? Like leave a bribe or
You can
something
roll
valuable.
a knowledge local check. Anybody can roll this.
Sure.
Oops, I hit it twice. Take the first one.
Hey, natural 20.
Just an intelligence roll though. You don't have knowledge local.
It's just same thing.
Nope.
Okay, Abrellis knows that.
What, you also had
this-
20? Damn.
Yeah, no, you know that this Fenster fellow, you're supposed to leave. The way the procedure normally works is you place it on the tin platter, and he'll come out and examine the gift, and if he likes it, he'll do whatever you need for him to do.
Mm-hmm.
All
right.
And you're not sure, like it might depend. You're not sure, like exactly if the spoon will be something that he'll like or not. You're not sure.
Well, I mean, do I think he'll like the gem, the gems?
You think he would? You think for sure he'd like the gem, but you don't know if you actually need to give him something that expensive. Like you think maybe a spoon might not be valuable enough, but you think a gem might be like way
Right.
overshooting it.
Way overshooting it.
Well, it's all I got. Unless he wants a fork.
Anyway,
What about some alchemist fire?
Oh, well, I don't have any of
that might work.
Well, I do.
Oh. Well.
Ralph. I tell Hannah to put her spoon away. It belongs in your hand anyway.
Yes.
And I tell the others that we'll lure them out with this. We just stay quiet.
Alright.
Very well.
And I'll put the 20 gold value alchemist fire in the little tin.
Okay.
And then wait. And I'll tell the others to wait outside or with
it doesn't
me
take
somewhere we can't be
doesn't take
seen.
very long. You see this kind of very, very dirty man. So I'm gonna make the token bigger so you can like see him, but
Very
make
dirty.
it a little bigger than that. Yes. He comes kind of hobbling out. Yeah, his flesh is clammy and gray in places, and one of his eyes is clouded over with a white film. His clothing is caked in filth, and his breathing is raspy. So he's coming in like, and he comes over and he kind of picks the alchemist fire and kind of looks at it, and he goes, "What you want Finsta to do?"
I ask him what some what does he know about the what the tower girls have been up to lately? That my question might be answered by them if he knows them.
Ah, the Tower Girls. I'm their landlord. He puffs out
Well,
his
perhaps
chest.
you can set us up with a meeting,
Hmm.
little chit chat.
Well, I haven't seen them for a few days, though.
They off somewhere?
Yeah, but they'll be back. They always come back to Old Fenster.
Great. Then we'll talk with them here at your place.
Nah, that's all good with me. And he spits on the ground. Hawks up, like he starts coughing and then spits out like a big thing of phlegm on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right, so
y'all can hang out here if you want. He kind of looks at you expectantly. Anything else Fenster can do for you?
nothing else but sling your hook until they get you.
All right. And he starts kind of
And yeah, sling your hook is a thieves'
can't.
cant for just, go away and wait.
Yeah, he limps back into his warehouse then, bringing the alchemist fire, and you see him kind of go back into it, disappearing back into the shadows under the covered part of the warehouse.
Well handled, Abrellis. That was very nicely done.
So yeah, if you guys didn't catch that though, he did say as well that he hasn't seen them for a few days.
Yeah,
But
he
he
said
says
they
they
always
come
come
back.
back. So
We also learned that
not sure
people
when
are
that is.
disappearing.
Right.
Yeah, that's
So
another
this
lead you guys
might be
have.
what prompts. If they don't come back close to midnight, then we need to go check that one place out.
Yeah.
Okay. So is that the plan? You guys are gonna wait around here and see if they come back
Yep.
at night?
Sure.
Yeah, I think so. And we need to leave in time to get to the place by midnight, right?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a good plan. All right. You guys want to roll perceptions then?
Yeah.
For the night?
Yes,
Sure.
I'm good at that.
All right.
I'm gonna make myself scarce as well.
You guys do anything else while you're waiting to pass the time?
After this kind of encounter with the Hunchback of Notre Dame, I'll tell Pilbo, I'll say, for your information, I was raised by clerics of Torag, a cleric of Torag to be specific. So that's why I believe how I believe. I have no problem with you believing in your faith if you let me believe in mine.
Yeah, it's like a peace offering.
Hey, look at that, double 20s.
Nice.
Modified 20s.
And out of character, that also ties as that's why my character, why Jace acts the way he does. Even though he's not like a cleric or a paladin, he was raised by a cleric.
Were you being
Also, I'll be right back. I'm
stealthy?
gonna go to the bathroom.
Or are you scouting ahead?
I think
He's
Abrellis
being
is just trying to hide
stealthy,
out.
or
Yeah.
wait, yeah,
I don't know, does everybody else
she
try to?
is being
I'll be
stealthy.
Yeah, she's being
stealthy.
stealthy. Hey, look at that! You
The
are
women
very
are stealthy.
I'm good
I'll
on my
try.
toes.
All right. So you guys are kind of trying to do a stakeout basically.
Dun, 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 dun.
And you do actually see somebody come in and put an offering in the chest and talk to Fenster.
I listen. Or at least I try
But
to.
it's not a
It's
tower.
not my business, so I don't.
But he doesn't. if you try to get close and like try to listen in on it, he like gets kind of shifty. He's like, hey, go away.
Alright.
Private business between me and Fester. And he waits until you like get out of earshot again before he talks. So you don't really know what he's talking about with Fenster, but you don't think he's probably connected
Okay,
to
I'm
the
back.
Tower Girls. Welcome back. So yeah, the only thing
Okay.
you miss is there was a guy that came in and left an offering to talk to Fenster, but you don't think he's one of the Tower Girls, or that he's connected with them in any way. And yeah, you're not able to like hear what he is attempting, what he's talking with Fenster about. But yeah, he talks with Fenster for a little bit. Fenster, goes back in, takes his offering, and so whatever he talked about with Fenster is something that happened. And then the guy leaves.
He's like, who are all these people waiting out here?
Yeah, he's eyeing you suspiciously a little bit, especially if you try to get close to him to like listen in on the eavesdrop. But other than that, he doesn't seem to care.
Yeah, I didn't try and eavesdrop, but I guess he probably noticed, at least some of us.
Yeah. But yeah, it gets late in the evening, and they don't seem to be showing. It's getting close to midnight. So I'm assuming you guys want to continue on towards the tavern then.
All right. Yeah, it looks like
Yeah,
that.
I'm trying to figure
It's
out
too
what I
much of
was
a
doing the whole
coincidence.
time, though. I was sharpening my bow,
Sharpening your bow. That's like the
or
podcast I do.
sharpening my hammer.
They always make the joke about with the gun. I'm sharpening my gun.
Yeah,
Hmm.
like, that's like the cool thing to do, and like, you guys don't know yet, but like, I'm a blacksmith, so that's
Oh.
like definitely something I do. But
You
I
would
don't have
sharpen
a
your bow.
sword, so I sharpen my bow or my hammer.
Like pulling out a
Yep.
whetstone and just like rubbing it along the bow for some reason. Like, I'm really good at blacksmithing, guys.
No. Seriously though, I'd probably just be fidgeting with my bow, like unstringing it, restringing it, making sure it's nice and tight and even, that kind of stuff.
All right. Yeah, you're like adjusting the string, making sure it's tight,
Well,
tight and
Yeah.
as
everything.
on our way there, if we're dealing with slavers, then we need to be ready to, we're probably gonna have to rough them up.
I have no problem with fighting people who promote slavery. It's a bad practice, an evil practice.
Are you sure? You seem very ponce.
Haha.
I'm not sure what that means. Like, out of character, I don't know what that means.
Effeminate.
What does that have to do with slavers? That I don't get it.
You've refused to participate and just stood there.
But what does that have to do with slavery? Being evil.
Because you haven't helped.
Helped what? Like, free slaves?
All right.
I mean, if there are slavers, I will help free the slaves.
All right. As you guys approach the,
Well, they may have what we need, so now they're our problem.
so if you look at the map again, the orange square over there, kind of along the coast over there, that is where the Puffy Pelican is.
Wait, what? I thought that was the circus tent.
The orange skirt, all right.
Sorry, they're both. Wait, are they both orange? Why did I make them both orange? That was silly of me.
Wait, is there another
The pink.
orange?
Sorry, the pink one. It's the pink one.
Pink.
I'm
This
dumb.
one, okay.
Salmon.
Wait,
Yeah,
Yeah.
salmon? Oh yeah,
I
salmon
was
one
trying to
is
go
the
off of
pelican.
memory.
That's right.
Yeah, it's the salmon one.
Okay.
And yeah, so you see it's a boarded up building, and it's got like a little sign out there that kind of marks it as the sign's still intact.
So wait, I don't remember. How did we hear that this is related to the disappearances?
From
You heard this
Pilbo's
from
contact.
Yeah, you heard this
You didn't
from
hear it.
Joanne.
You didn't hear it
Yeah,
'cause
you
you
didn't
didn't
hear it,
join
I
us.
guess. That's fair. You didn't hear
Right,
it.
no,
Everyone
that's
else
I'm
heard
asking
it.
the party. Wait,
Okay,
how is
fair
this
enough.
related to the disappearances? He amends.
Joanna.
Yeah.
But what does this place have to do with the disappearances?
So it's got a faded
This
painting of a
might
fat
be where they're
pelican.
staying at.
The people that are disappearing, or
The
the people
slavers.
doing the disappearing?
The slavers.
Oh, okay. You think
And if
they're
that's where
taking
they are, they might be
people
holding
as
people there
slaves?
too.
Okay, I see.
All right, so you guys want
Okay.
to roll a perception check, looking at this building.
I tell the others I'll spell everything out for this bloke.
All right. Silric, Hannah, Abrellis, and Pilbo all see a coming from inside the building. It looks like there is actually some light. You can kind of see through like the boarded up windows that are facing towards the street.
Okay.
Yeah, looks like there's a light in like a little like a kind of a lantern light.
Can
And
we
does it
hear
seem like
anything?
there's
You go try to listen in for a sound inside.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can roll another perception check.
You gonna sneak up there stealthily?
All right.
well, the windows are boarded up.
Oh.
So you go and you listen in, and you don't think you hear anything. It's very quiet in there. It definitely looks like there's light in there. You think the door is boarded up, but you do see as well that there's like a little. This is like kind of along the coast, and you see that there is also like kind of a dock that runs alongside it, and it looks like you could potentially perhaps there's another way in from the backside on the dock on the kind of on the little dock that's sitting out there, like the balcony that overhangs the ocean.
Mm-hmm. So is it level with us, or is this like on a second floor?
It's only a one-story building.
Okay.
So it is level with us because we're first level.
Yep. And we could just go to the back, or is it like it's difficult to access?
Yeah, no. It looks like there's a kind of a dock that runs around the outside of it to the back to like a back balcony, and yeah, you can get to it. Like there's like a little railing, but you can really get over it. You can just climb over it really easily. Like it's like a waist-high railing that's supposed to like.
Oh yeah, I could
so
easily get over that.
You're not supposed to go like you think you're supposed to go inside. Back when it was a tavern, you think you're supposed to go inside first, and then you could go out onto the balcony. But there's like and there's a gate there, but the gate's broken. Like it's stuck.
Mhm.
You can't open it, but you can just climb over it.
I'll opt to and tell the group to check it out and see if we can get some easy access in the back.
Sure.
So I'll be quiet while going over there and checking this back entrance.
Okay, I'm gonna pull you guys into a map here in a second.
Cool.
Ooh.
I just gotta get the Fog of War set up on it.
Pluto should just redraw every Paizo map into a
It's
Pluto
not even
map.
MS Paint.
Do an MS Paint. This is a hybrid map. I'm very proud of it. Okay?
Oh, okay. You extended it.
Not to talk it up or any. Yeah, not to talk it up or anything, but I'm very proud of this map. Okay.
I'm waiting. I'm excited.
With anticipation.
Yes, with
Yeah.
anticipation.
That's the delay is. It's just about building anticipation. It's totally not me being like bad at prepping stuff. All right, I'm gonna pull you guys to this map, and I'm gonna get you guys' tokens on it. So here's my amazing MS Paint version of this map. to make it fit the setting in here. So you can see there's water overhanging it as well. And
Oh,
then
wow.
glazed tokens on here.
That's
So
beautiful.
umbrellas. So you guys are kind of listening in on this boarded up window, like over here is where you kind of see the light coming through,
Okay.
and we were trying to listen through. And Jace. All right, everybody's on the map now, I think. So you go ahead and.
I don't have control of
I
Jace.
heard-
I can't control.
What?
I'm out of control.
It didn't keep the permissions on there?
You have to
You
do
should
the
have it
permissions
set.
first, then set the
Are they
token.
on separate layers?
Oh, that's the problem. I put them on the map layer.
You
Okay.
put on the map
sorry.
Yeah, I
layer.
can,
cool, okay.
because I can see the grid
Aha. Okay.
Ah,
I just need to right click
from one
layer,
roll
did
20
so.
user to another.
Yay!
token layer.
I'm back
token
in
layer,
control.
token layer,
All right.
and token layer. All right, you guys should all have control of your tokens, so you can move them where you want.
Yep.
I don't recommend doing that.
He said where I want.
oh, I mean, is that where you want to be?
He phases through the wall. So yeah, like I said, there is a door as well, right here, that is boarded up. But yeah, like I said, you think there might be another entrance. Perhaps if there's someone in there, perhaps they did, because it didn't look like they didn't go through here, because this is still boarded up. But maybe they went through a back entrance.
When you're saying like here and there, did you point somewhere that I didn't see?
Maybe. Let's try it
Okay.
again. So there's a door. There's a door right here.
Okay,
That's
door
boarded
there.
up. And this is the window you've seen
Mhm.
the light kind of coming through. That is also boarded
Okay.
up, and so you can't see in there. Maybe if you try to look through the, like, there's kind of the cracks is what the light's kind of shining through. And when you kind of squint in there, you kind of can't really make out anything in there. Just like there's light in there.
Okay. Perhaps we
All right,
should
well,
knock on the door.
I'm gonna. No,
If there's
don't
one
do
that's
that.
not
That's a
boarded
dumb
up.
idea.
Well, I
Okay.
assume there's one that's
So
not boarded up. We need to look for
You
it.
see this another window over here, but yeah, then you get over here. There is a this is also boarded up, but you see there's a door here that is not boarded up. It is currently closed, but it is not boarded up, and you think you probably could open it.
Yep, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna
Do
check
all
the door.
of you guys have armor?
I'm gonna perception it. I do.
Except
I'm wearing
for
leather.
Swinky. Everybody else?
Yeah, and I think Pilbo has like scale mail.
Yes, scale mail.
Okay.
Dang.
I think everybody else has light armor or no armor. So, all right, you check the door. Did you roll perception already for that?
Yes, I did. Checking it for
Okay.
traps and stuff.
You do not think it's trapped, nor do you think it's locked. You think you could open it, and the door itself at least wouldn't do anything. The act of opening the door itself would be relatively safe, although who knows what's behind it.
All right, I tell the others in a hushed voice that doesn't look like it's locked.
Do we expect trouble?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. Well, there's slavers and yeah, we're expecting trouble.
Then I will turn and cast a spell. And I'm gonna put mage armor on Silric.
Okay. So Silrix gets a +4 armor bonus then.
So I made
Thank
a
you very
buff
much.
for you on your character sheet. So if you see that, you can just turn that on whenever I put mage armor on you, and then that'll show your AC change.
Pluto, I
Yeah,
don't
and
think my armor check penalty is working. Now that we have to figure it out now.
Okay.
But, yeah.
So yeah, and mage armor lasts for 1 hour, so you should be good for the entire combat in this case for that particular spell. If there's combat, there might not be.
I mean, there's a
There
map.
Might not be. There is a map.
If
There
there's
is
a
a
map,
That is usually
then there is a
that
key.
always
That
gets
is
the
usually a
players
dead
going.
giveaway.
That's all, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So do you try to open the door then, or any other prep work you guys want to do? Anything else you want to position yourself any other way?
I'll
Uh,
take out my bow if it looks like we're expecting a fight.
The melee might want to get a little closer.
I'm keeping myself kind of hidden and stuff, but okay, who looks like they're more of the who looks
Whoa.
beefier?
My
Whoa.
vent.
Uh-oh, it's two Plutos.
There's
I'm
two
back.
He's
There's
back.
two of me.
Who
Now
looks
Pluto's
beefier?
doubly not a planet.
That's right.
Silric's
Is
pretty
Jace or Silric the beefier one? Who
I
can
don't look very
handle themselves better?
beefy.
Um,
Then
I mean-
I motion for Silric to be the one who goes in and opens the door, and we'll back him up.
Yeah, I mean, Silver out of character just got like mage armor on top of having monk AC plus has high HP, so Silver probably should go first.
Silric's got like 18
In character,
AC.
Silver
18
looks the
AC right
toughest.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, Silric is definitely
Yeah.
the
All right.
toughest, the
You're
toughest
good.
guy in this party. So you go open the door then?
Silric's gonna go open the door.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and
He's
reveal
activated
more of
his
the map
trap
then.
card.
You open the
It's not
door
me.
and you don't
Woohoo.
see. You
Notice
don't see
all
what you
of us don't want
expected.
to open the door.
In the center of the room, you see a floating orb of light, giving off a glow, like similar to a lantern. But the room itself looks very empty. So there's like probably a big moment of tension. Like everyone has their weapons all gripped and everything. You open it, and then it's like
Nothing.
all this tension just releases, and probably everyone's all confused. There's like, well, why is there just a floating magic orb in there? What's going on here? What do you
Alright.
do?
All right, let's go in.
Detect magic.
Okay.
Wait. I think I'm
Okay, you
close
begin
enough.
detecting magic.
Yeah.
60 feet. You definitely detect magic in your
I'm
cone.
gonna concentrate. How many auras?
Let's see. You detect one aura of magic in your cone. Actually,
Ugh.
two if you count the one on the ring of Featherfall. But I'm
Oh.
assuming you have.
I'll
I'm assuming
ignore
you
that one.
have. You either ignore that one or you just have Silric move out of your cone for a second.
I guess I don't know what it is. Well, I say, be careful. That's magic.
I can try if you're not sure what that is. It's obviously some
Do
kind
I
of light
detect
spell.
evil?
No. No evil presence is detected.
Damn it.
So it's not me.
All right.
It's just a tricky spell.
Yeah, definitely.
Just a little orb floating up and down a little bit, very like kind of bobbing a little bit, but yeah, it's just floating there in the air.
Alright, well I nod to Silric to head in and we'll follow him. I go in quietly and look around.
Okay.
There's gotta be something else in here.
Just you two going in, or
I'm
I'll
going in.
follow.
okay?
I'll go like probably fourth. The marching order generally is gonna probably be like this.
What about Hannah? You staying? You're just hanging out at the door there. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna come in, but I'm gonna be behind everybody.
All right. As you first kind of
Are
walk
these
into
stairs
the-
here?
No, it's like a knocked over shelf.
Oh, okay. It sure looks like stairs on the map.
All right, everybody, don't move your tokens anywhere. Something's about to happen.
Alright.
I thought this map was 100% accurate and made for this encounter.
All right, yeah, it definitely. This is what Paizo provided me.
Sorry,
so it's all I have to work with.
I'm not helping.
Everyone sees particularly the three gathered closest to the door, see a bright, like like a bunch of scintillating colors, as if they're getting hit by some sort of color spray, perhaps. And a man reveals himself.
They
And I
appear.
need, yep. And I need Abrellis, Hannah, and Pilbo to roll will saves for me.
Okay.
Wait, more like
And then
won't save.
everybody can roll initiative.
We had to. It was the first one of the session or of the campaign.
Uh-huh. You're excused.
I've
Oh
never
my
been happier to
rolls
be
have been
inside
great.
the room.
Yeah, your rolls have been really good.
I mean, that's
Oh.
not what I would say if I was having good rolls.
Oh. Did I give myself
Do
something
you want to jinx
special?
yourself?
Yeah.
Um.
Oh, I gotta roll his initiative as well.
Yeah, I'm sure Pilbo's fine. Nothing bad.
Nothing bad will happen.
I was
I
like, this is
mean,
what you get when you follow Lamash too.
oh, that's terrible.
Jason's like actually kind of scared that the whole party's gonna start following Lamash too. He's gonna be like, I can't hang out with you guys.
Ha.
This isn't how I was
You know what's
raised.
funny? I
I'm a
actually
good
do
boy.
have a character that I do have as a cleric of Lamashtu, and yeah, of course I've never
Okay,
found an opportunity to play that character.
Well, you
So
could have
Swanky,
played it
would
now and
you
been best
roll
buddies.
initiative
Yeah, I
in
know,
order to get
right?
your turn to show
Well, the
up on
character's
this
also a
tracker?
Minotaur.
You have to have your token
Oh, you
selected
have to
when you hit the
click your
button.
token,
So
yeah.
I just added your
Oops,
turn in
sorry.
there, and we can put it in manually. But yeah, it's no big deal. Just letting you know.
So usually, whenever I forget to click my token, like 50 times a session, if you click your token afterwards and roll it again, and then I always say that I'll take the first roll I made, and I'll just
You can
re-enter the
edit
number as the
yourself.
first roll I made.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
always edit the number, but I put it in there for you this time. So,
Thank y'all.
First time's
so
free.
yeah, it looks like Abrellis actually made her will save, so this doesn't do anything to her. But the two people behind her rather, Hannah and Pilbo, are both failed their save, so they are going
I'm
to
too
suffer the effects
strong-willed,
of color spray,
and they suck at first level.
which is, yeah, color spray is going to be really unfortunate. So they all fall unconscious. They both fall unconscious. They
Oh
are
my
Yep.
god.
they are stunned, blind, and unconscious,
Yeah.
which kind of is a little bit redundant because unconscious kind of is like worse. Has the same penalties as stunned and blind.
They just have to make it sound as silly as possible.
Yeah, so for 4
Exactly.
rounds. But Abrellis, you get to go first. You beat his initiative on it. You react very quickly, and
So does it look like he's flat-footed to me, or is he not?
he is not flat-footed because he acted in the surprise round. That was his surprise action. But yeah, he is kind of this very ragged-looking man. He's got kind of let's see. I think there's a better description of him in here somewhere.
So wait, was he invisible? Where'd he come from?
You think he was probably invisible? Maybe he teleported, but because he just
Okay.
appeared right next to you
That's
there.
a bit beyond my capabilities of magic, but I've
If he's able
seen.
to teleport, yeah.
Well, no, that or going invisible. Oh wait,
yeah.
no, I can cast vanish. I'm dumb.
All right,
Vanish is a
so
spell.
what I do is I 5-foot step over here, hoping that either Jace or Silric will flank with me on their turn. But I'm gonna take my standard action to intimidate him.
Yeah, it looks like he has Like he has kind of a ratty haircut, and he has clothes that you think probably used to be nice, but are kind of tattered a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And he's holding a dagger as well, like a
Well, I've got both my dagger, the pretty dagger, and my rapier.
Okay.
And I start, yelling at him to intimidate him.
Do you roll that already?
I haven't yet.
Okay.
Here we go. Like, alright, you dodgy old geezer.
All right, and it's 10 plus his hit die plus a wisdom modifier, right? Or is it
Yeah.
15? Okay, 10. So
It's, yeah.
you got him then. I think. I'm pretty sure you got him.
Alright, I tell him to back down before I put your head in the bog.
Okay, yeah, but he looks like he is shaken.
Not stirred.
Right, not scared. Shaken, but not scared. And that's my turn.
It's pretty good.
All right. He is on his turn. He's gonna step back into. Ooh, this should be on on a different layer. Let's put it on the map layer. He stands into the same square as this floating
Layer,
light
I
set,
hardly know her.
and he is going to. Even though he looks like he's shaken here, he's going to attempt another color spray, and it's going to hit Silric and Jace. So
going
you
after
two
them,
give me
huh?
will saves. He wants to hit as many people with it as he can.
Yep.
That would make sense.
I hope I don't go solo here.
Yeah, there's.
It could happen.
Oh,
All
thank
right,
God.
good. You make the save.
If there's one roll I wanted to roll
Your
well
will
on, that
save
was
should
it.
be in the defenses tab, Swanky. If you are having
Okay.
trouble finding it, near the top, I believe. There you
Hey,
go.
look at that.
That's
All right,
good
you
one.
guys are both
Ooh,
fine.
elven
You guys
immunities.
see these scintillating colors, and they are very mesmerizing. But you're able to look past them and don't fall unconscious from
Is
them.
Silric an elf or a half elf?
Elf.
Silric is a
Full
full elf.
elf. Gotcha.
Full elf boy.
Like at least
And,
one of my
Emo
parents.
elf boy.
It is now Silric's turn.
Ooh, Silric is mad. Silric's gonna whip out his knuckle axe and go after this old geezer.
All right. All right. So you just 5 foot stepping up to him, so you could potentially flurry him, or are you gonna try to get around? Okay. All right. So you try to attack him with your knuckle axe, and you hit. You land a solid blow on him, and he recoils back. Do you do another one?
You can hit him again.
Okay, that one misses, unfortunately. But you do hit him with one good solid blow, and he grunts in pain and kind of steps like back on one foot,
Battery low.
transfers his weight back, and it looks like that blow hurt him pretty good too. And now it's Jace's turn.
Yeah. There's kind of an elf between me and the target.
That's
So, well, it's a
Charging
full
battery.
round to spell combat, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
So I can't do that, but I can just move. So I'll move over here by the cover of the table and shoot at this guy with my bow.
Okay.
Should just be set up and working.
Okay. You shoot at him with your bow. Does that have point blank included in it?
Oh, no.
Okay.
I don't think.
Well, it
Let me
still
double
misses
check.
anyway.
Pretty sure no.
It looks like you fired it true, but it looks like it deflects off of some sort of like a force field, basically. You think
Like
he
a
might have some
shield?
sort of magical, like he might have a magic shield or a mage armor.
Okay. Yeah, let me
It
get the
looks like it's
buff
closer,
set up.
like it kind of closer to his body. It looks like it's more of a mage armor, probably.
Okay.
All right, Hannah Scarnetti's turn.
I'm color
They're both
sprayed.
You're
unconscious.
unconscious.
Yeah, I put a snail on
Bilbo
me.
is also unconscious.
How many rounds am
Yeah.
I unconscious for?
4.
3 more rounds.
So 3 more rounds. Yeah. It's unfortunately color.
Hopefully
spray
you
is a
didn't
very
want to play
brutal spell.
Pathfinder.
Color spray at level 1.
Yeah.
Yep. Alright, I'm going to move over here into a flank.
Okay, that's going to provoke unless you try
Sure.
to do an acrobatics. Okay.
Actually, I
You
guess I might
fudges.
as well because it's only 15 feet. I'll roll that acrobatics.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, you made it. He is not able. You do not present an opening for him to stab at you
I
with his dagger.
tumble right through there.
Right.
And I yell, "We're doing this the odd way, huh?" And I'm gonna attack him from flank.
Okay.
Assuming he can be flanked.
He can be flanked. Yeah.
I'm gonna attack him with the silver dagger because it's masterwork and has a higher chance to hit.
And you get a +2 for flanking with Silric.
Oh, low roll.
Ooh. Yep.
That's
So
my
that
turn.
misses, unfortunately. All right. On his turn, let's see. He is going to attempt to cast a spell defensively.
Spellcraft.
And he
I know nothing.
fails. He fails to cast it. He attempts to concentrate to cast a spell, and it doesn't go off. All right, Silric, it is your turn again. This time you have a flank, so I don't know if there's a modifier for it in the character sheet or not. But if there is,
No, I
if there's not,
didn't.
then it's +2 to your. Okay. Well, you can just roll your
Yeah.
attack like normal, and we'll just know it's a +2 to hit on top of whatever the roll
Yeah.
is.
Okay, so I'll just hit him with my knuckle axe again.
Yeah.
All right, that one misses. Well, no, yeah, no, it still misses.
Dang.
16.
High AC.
Mm-hmm. So you try to hit him twice, and it looks like your first attack was like a pretty good swing, but it looks like that he's protected by some sort of like his tattered clothes seem almost like they're like there's like a field of force like inside of them or right over the top of them.
Like the
Similar
same thing you
to
have on.
similar to the effect that you have right now, yeah. And now it's Jace's turn.
I'll prepare to do my signature spell combat move, where I will cast a spell and shoot at the same time. So, oh boy, how do you do this? So I click the bouton, and I miss.
All right.
But I also cast. I didn't put a -2 in that either. So
Yeah, it didn't
yeah,
matter. It was a 1.
I'll do the modifiers after this. This is just a ranged
What do you
attack,
cast?
so I'm going to cast the snowball spell.
Snowball. Okay.
Snowball.
And this is you
So I'm
don't
just
have
gonna do a ranged
spell
attack.
strike yet, so you're just casting it normally,
Right,
right?
and I'm just casting it normally at a -2, so -2 from that. No, it misses. God damn it.
All
Ah,
right.
pitiful.
Rip.
The snowball flies past and crashes.
Not a
into
snowball's
the
chance
wall
in
back
hell.
there.
No.
I
Alright.
mean, yeah, pretty much.
Round 3, Abrellis' turn again.
Pluto
Yep,
called
I'm gonna
it.
try and stab him. Alright, same modifiers. Stab with a silver dagger. She yells, "Hiya!"
That hits.
5 points. Assuming he takes
It's
the sneak attack.
Gryffindor.
He does take the sneak attack. And that's it, right? That's your turn.
Yep, and she just follows that up with, "Tell us what you know."
Alright. On his turn, after taking that, he looks like he's pretty badly hurt, and then he drops his weapon and raises his hand and say, I give up! I give up! Don't kill me!
It's more like it.
Does anybody want to continue fighting him, or are we able to go out of combat now?
I would only take my action to bind his arms.
Okay. Silric, what about you? Are you want to keep going after him, or are you accepting his surrender?
No, I'm accepting.
Okay. And Jace,
Yeah, this is fine.
same to you.
I'm unconscious. I
and
can't
after-
decide.
You tie him up, and after a few rounds, the color spray. First, the unconscious goes away, but you're still stunned and blind for a few rounds, and then you're just stunned, and then after that, after a little less than a minute, you guys are managed to regain consciousness and are able to get back up and gather back up your stuff that you dropped, if you did drop anything, and yeah, we're out of combat now.
Woohoo!
So what would you like to ask him now? Is at your mercy?
All right. Yep. I bind his wrist with rope. I get him into a chair or something. I sit in the chair across from him. And first off, I tell him, now don't be trying to sell us no pork and pies. We can smell untruth from a mile away. And I ask him, what is he doing here?
Well, he tells you that I just taken advantage of these disappearances, try to catch me some Pathfinders.
Yes.
Speaking of disappearances, what have you heard of the Tower Girls?
I don't know any Tower Girls.
I want to sense motive. Let's see if he's being deceiving during this interrogation.
Okay, yeah, you don't think that he's lying to you. You think he does. He seems like Tower Girls. What the hell are you talking about?
He doesn't
You think
seem
he genuinely
to really
doesn't know what the Tower Girls are?
Oh,
Like,
shoot.
all I know is people were disappearing here, and I was gonna wait until some Pathfinders would come looking around into it, snooping around. It's gonna turn you over to the Aspis Consortium.
Why
See if
would...
I can get me some money.
That's not a very good thing to be doing.
I'm sure they would have. Sure, they would have paid some good money for me to bring over some of their rivals.
You know what? We should bring him over to them. Get some money off of you, huh?
Go ahead and roll a knowledge local if you have it.
I don't, but
just
she's
her or
being
anybody?
sarcastic. She doesn't.
Anybody can roll it. Yeah, no, anybody can roll
Alright.
it.
She's not actually gonna do this.
A lower roll.
Yeah, but 12 is still good enough for you to realize that, actually, now that you mention it, this guy, I think there's a bounty on this guy.
Oh. Hmm.
Like, her mentioning
Yeah.
that kind of triggers your memory on that a little bit, and you're like, there's the City Watch has a bounty for this guy.
Alright, well, cash on hand, I guess. And I ask him, what about this Aspis Consortium? They're paying for Pathfinders?
I'm sure they would. I don't have any deal with them or nothing, but I know how the Pathfinders and the Aspis Consortium, they all like to, compete with each other for the same stuff. They're enemies. I was sure that I could get some good money out of this. Obviously, it didn't work out, but I would have got away with it if it weren't for
You meddling kids.
that meddling monk that hit me with an axe twice.
What do you really look like?
I guess
Take
you
off
hit me
your
with a
mask.
dagger too. Went for you
Yeah,
two.
that's right. I was about to poke him with the dagger.
Ganging up on me. I bet you I could take you one-on-one.
Only because you have trickery with color spray. I know that spell. I might have spellcrafted it as I was getting knocked out. Yeah.
Yeah, you would have probably known it.
Common
But yeah,
trick.
I don't know nothing about no tower girls. I figured you were just here to look for these slavers that I spread rumors about.
Is there anybody else here in this building?
Nah, just me. I figure if I got
Well,
an ambush on you,
Perhaps you won't mind if
almost
we
were.
look around a bit.
do
well,
whatever you
you're a
want.
wily skint, but it's time to pony up.
You go through his things.
Oh yeah,
I want to see what's in the other room back here.
Yeah.
and I'll let
Yeah, it's kind of blocked by like a tattered like kind of curtain.
Make sure there's not actually like slaves back here or something.
It looks like it's just an empty room.
Okay.
More like broken furniture, it's like tables and chairs and stuff in there too. But
Just want to make sure
let's
he
see how
wasn't lying.
minted this guy is.
And I'll go stand by the wall like a cool kid. That's
Okay.
what I do.
So you find on him he's got that dagger he had. It's a masterwork dagger, and he's got a number of potions. A gold pouch with 35 gold pieces in it, and a very fancy looking purple gemstone.
Ooh, yeah, fancy.
Ooh.
He is well minted.
Sir.
Also, it's almost like this game wants me to dual wield daggers now, because I have 2 masterwork daggers.
Mm.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, you could give one to someone else.
Who else is gonna use daggers?
Not it.
I mean,
Nobody.
anyone can use a dagger, pretty much, right?
Yeah, but who out of us is going to use the dagger?
Yep, as far as I'm concerned, this is ammunition for when I need to throw things.
Okay.
So if you want to divide up the gold pieces, that'd be
Fine with
7
me.
gold for each person.
How
Okay,
much?
yeah,
I'm
we
sorry?
can divide that up right now.
Sure.
7.
7.
35s total, so just 7.
Okay,
But
7.
the gem might be worth a lot more.
Yeah, what's this gem? I take out the gem and I take a look at it, and if I can't figure it out, I'll give it to the others to turn so they can figure out what
Okay.
it is.
Let's go ahead and see an appraise then.
Oh,
All
yep,
right,
I did it.
You know that this
I'd say
gem is
Pillow seems
worth
to know much
is an
about gems.
amethyst that is worth 250 gold pieces. Very valuable.
All right, this is the
And did
price.
we get
wow.
XP for this as well?
What is this XP you speak
Yes.
of?
You get some XP for it as well.
Just like now that I'm on this
So-
page documenting.
Yep. Everyone gets another 120 experience.
Wow, we leveled up. No, I'm kidding. By the way, Pluto, is this fast or normal advancement?
Probably
I think it's just normal advancement.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
likely
Medium
normal.
advancement. I didn't see anything that said otherwise. So
Yeah, I think the first 4 books, which were the D&D conversions, were fast, but I think they switched as soon as they
Yeah.
ditched that. Yeah.
yeah, if you're using one that's actually like written within Pathfinder originally, then yeah.
I'm
All right.
tired.
Well, yeah, I take this guy's money, I take his weapons, I distribute the money evenly, and then we'll go.
I tell him
We'll go fence this
slavery
gem.
is no joking matter.
No choking matter.
Yeah. But now you found out there were no slavers.
Yeah, so overall I'm
It
happy,
still
but
doesn't answer where our tower girls are.
No, it doesn't.
we should
But
ask
you
the
got some-
Towel
you
Boys.
get some money out of it. You can turn him over to the guy.
I was waiting for that, Zerdream.
Yeah.
I was
bounty.
waiting.
Oh, I
Yeah,
put it in
well.
chat.
I
Yeah.
was like, Zerdream's gonna link it. I just know it. Could
What's
feel
the
it.
connection?
Could feel
There's
it.
like the little thing where you have like the fucking numbers flying by his head and everything. He's like,
Hmm.
These equations.
Yeah.
What do they mean?
What does it mean?
Alright, I'm gonna pull you
That's
guys back
basically
to...
my entire Pathfinder mentality, except it's
Man, you guys
trying to
have...
come up with puns.
Apart from getting knocked unconscious there, you guys have been handling these the combats we've had without taking any damage. Two combats. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I haven't hit anything yet.
I'm gonna keep him bound, and we're all gonna take him to the to go reclaim the bounty.
I did hit with one hammer hit.
Alright, it is in the middle of the night, but you do think that there probably is somebody up because it's, the
Oh yeah, there's
down
some guard open.
So,
Yeah, this is a fairly serious matter that I don't think should wait
Okay.
till morning.
so you guys take your prisoner with you over to the Avensor then, which
Mhm.
is again the big tower down here at the bottom with
Oh,
the
and
square on it.
we know that the guards might know something about the disappearances, so we can ask them like
Maybe,
tomorrow
yeah.
more about that. Since
Perhaps.
Over visiting them,
But-
might as well ask him.
well, I don't know how much they're gonna want to chit chat at night, but I'm tired.
And I will say as
Like,
well, we're
Jace
gonna
is
wrap up
tired.
the session. We're also gonna wrap
Oh,
up the
okay.
session
And
really
yeah,
soon.
both
But-
IRL and in character tired.
But we'll take care of this part. Go into the Arvensor first. We'll do that.
Yeah, that's fine.
So yeah, you guys manage. You take him with you, and you get to the Arvensor, and yeah, when you guys get there, someone sees the prisoner you have there, and like kind of looks through their records. Oh yeah, we do have a bounty on this guy. Yeah, wait here, and like kind of like a like a secretary kind of, and he gets up and he's like, I'll go let the captain know. He should still be up. He works late usually. And and there's like another guard there that kind of is like, kind of takes custody of him. If you guys are like willing to just let him do that, or if you guys are willing,
Yeah, that's fine.
We need payment first. You could also like.
No, let them take responsibility on it.
So yeah, you take him and
My vote.
so he immediately starts kind of going through that then.
I mean, these are guards. They're not gonna like try and scam us.
And the guy comes back with, well, they could if they're corrupt, but
Yeah.
he comes back with another guy who's kind of wearing kind of like a chain shirt kind of, and he kind of comes out and he says, "Good work bringing in this criminal. It's caused all sorts of mischief." And he gives you a pouch with 100 gold pieces in it.
Oh.
Sweet. Divide that up
20
to everybody.
gold to everybody. Yep.
20 gold.
Man, did you make all the numbers divisible by 5? Or did it just work out that way?
Well, Paizo wrote this number down. So
You're right. So you didn't adjust the numbers. Okay. That's
no,
just
no,
fun.
I did not. It's just worked out.
It's like if you had a party of 4, the 35 wouldn't have worked.
That's correct. Yeah, that just happened to work out.
So everything's worked for 5 so far, yeah. And if it was 3, it wouldn't work with 100 or 35. Yeah. Anyways.
Fantasy Grounds just accumulates it until I can dish it out again.
This is good. This is some money for more equipment for future
And,
endeavors.
Yeah, he gives it
Uh-oh.
vent DC'd again.
Yeah, that was Swinky.
Well, he's gonna go to Jace and reach out to like shake his hand.
Yeah, sure. I'll shake his hand.
And he tells
I don't
you
know
that
why
his
he singled
name
me out.
is. I rolled a thing to see who he decided.
Okay.
He's going to you first. He goes. He's gonna go to. He's probably gonna shake everyone else's hand too, but he goes to you first. And he introduces himself as Captain Fountain.
Oh my god, it's Man Fountain! Not that I know in character, but it's Man Fountain. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
Swinky's back.
Welcome
Okay,
back.
I'm like
So yeah,
Welcome back.
fanboy crush like.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, but in character, like, oh, it's nice to meet you. I'm just glad we could bring this person to justice. He was spreading rumors about slavery, and it's definitely not some joking matter.
Oh yes, we tried to investigate into those matters, but we didn't. It seemed like it was a dead end. We never found anything.
Well, funny
Well,
that you say
we
that. Would you know anything about other disappearing people?
Well, not much, I'm afraid to say. It's been something that's really been giving us a lot of issues, though.
yeah, that's actually what we were trying to find out about when we heard about this slave rumor.
In fact, I've been very frustrated about it, especially considering that we know that they're not Italy slavers, but they've still been happening occasionally. Um, yeah, it's most of the cases, most of the people that have disappeared, we've actually found. They've shown up again, but unfortunately, there's been a little bit of troubling circumstances to that as well. They usually,
Oh,
when they
really?
return up again, they've been living. They usually find out. We find that they've been living as homeless wretches in the city slums, and that they have no memories of how they got there.
I ask him, seeing as he's a guard, would you happen to know anything about some dames that have gone missing? They call themselves, their gang is the Tower Girls.
Yeah, I've heard of the Tower Girls. I didn't know anything about them being missing, though.
Hmm. Have you not heard of many people missing recently?
Well, yeah, I just didn't know
He
that the Tower
said
Girls were
many,
one of the
but
people that were
yeah.
involved with that.
Hmm.
Yeah, we just
What
had sight of them
about
just the other day that they still were active.
Do I know of any
what
spells that would
about
cause
a
someone to like live as a wretch or something like that? Like, is that a knowledge I could do
You could try like a knowledge arcana if you'd like.
To live
as a
like a
wretch or
Skill
what?
or
something like
something.
that?
A
Like, is that
wretch?
a knowledge I could do? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
he's
the
like
missing
wondering if you
people
could try like
were
a knowledge
living like a
arcana.
wretch.
Like
So I'm
that.
wondering if they were
To
under some
live
kind of
like a
enchantment,
what?
something like that.
A
Like,
Yeah, that
wretch?
made him like
and then
wipe
they
their
have no
memories or
memory
something.
of it afterwards.
Yeah, and you're not sure. Like you think if it is something, it probably would be powerful magic. If it is magic that's doing it,
Okay.
but it could also be something supernatural. Like maybe there's you think that it could be like some sort of like it could be some sort of otherworldly being that is preying on them in some way.
Okay. Yeah. So I think it's some kind of powerful or supernatural magic or ability or something I'm not considering.
Yeah. He tells
But
says
okay.
what he
I
does tell you about the disappearings is he says if you do find out what's causing all of this and are able to put a stop to it, I can arrange for a 1,000 gold piece reward from the city coffers.
all right, more money, great. I'm into it.
Um, have you noticed any kind of pattern of where the people are missing? I mean, we know it's generally been in the western part of town, but anything more specific than that, and where they turn up?
Well, they mostly show up in the slums close to the area under the bridge is where they tend to show up. And most of the people when they disappear, I mean, those tend to be a little bit more scattered, but they definitely tend to be mostly in the northwestern kind of area of the town.
Okay. Well,
It's
we will ask around and see.
I do ask him if he's heard about anyone named Natalia Van Kaskerkin.
Hmm. Yes, that name sounds a little familiar. She's one of the Tower Girls, right?
Might be. Do you know where she might be? Where she might be?
Um, well, yes, I think that we heard that she's been staying in a building over near the bridge.
And does that sound like it Fenster's place?
It's not Fenster's place, but it's in that area.
Okay.
I can give you directions. It's a kind of a little kind of an abandoned building over there, but
That'd be appreciated.
Now, I'm grateful for your information and all, but if you don't mind me asking, how is it that a town guard would know where this particular woman would stay, considering she seems to keep her position unknown to most?
we have an informant that's been keeping tabs on the Sarni gangs. We have a team that's making sure they're not up to anything too dangerous.
I see. Okay. That's more than enough. I thank you for trusting me with that information.
Yeah, we
Sorry to
happen
have doubted you.
I happen to have heard recently that that they have been trying to that the Tower Girls have been trying to find her. But what's also strange is I believe I mean, if I know where she's at, I'm sure they could find her too. So it's very strange that they've been leaving her alone at the same time.
Hmm.
But apparently they've had some sort of falling out.
I see. So he can. So this other place that he's talking about, do I know where that is?
And he said he'll give
Or
us
do we know where it
directions.
is? Or yeah, I guess can he tell us?
Yeah. He tells you where it's at. He points you out to a location that's over in the underbridge as well. And it's an abandoned boarding house under the underbridge.
Okay. Then all right, looks like we have another lead now. Good. As long as we keep this like thread going.
Uh-huh.
All right, cool. I have no more
This is probably
use
the
for the
most
city watch.
This is probably the most promising one you've got as well.
I say this guard seems
Yeah.
very well informed. I say, you seem like you're very well informed of your town. I commend you. You are a
Yeah,
great captain,
I've worked a
Mr.
long time
Fountain.
I've worked a long time to build a network of people to keep me informed around here. This job is all about relations.
All right. Well, I thank him. And I guess we should all go get some rest because it's pretty late.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
I'm going to fence this gem as soon as I can tomorrow morning. And let's meet up at let's see, where should we meet up at?
Why do you have to fence it? Can't you just sell it in the market? It's not like it's stolen.
Well, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. Usually fencing means like for stolen goods.
Well, technically we did take it.
Yeah, but
Well, and you don't know
it's not like
where.
someone's gonna report it stolen. Oh,
No,
that's true.
well,
We
the
don't know
thing
where he
is
got it
also,
from. That's true.
This amethyst might have been
Yeah,
stolen
yeah.
from somebody like
That's a good
whoever,
point. Okay.
This man who by the way you would
Jace is
know,
not
you'd have learned now his name is
familiar with stealing
yeah
gems and how that works.
you know from you would got at some point been able to get the information. His name is Plutovark Dremis is his name, but yeah, you don't know where
What a
Plutovark
name.
got it from.
That's like
Yes.
Pluto plus Joan of Arc. Plutovark.
I guess I figured somebody would make a comment like that.
And you figured it would be me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Alright.
Plutovark. Okay.
Yeah, let's meet up at I don't know, so and so inn or tavern tomorrow, like in the morning.
At the Puffin one.
Not at that one. That one's bad.
Oh, let's meet up at a nicer inn.
Yeah.
Or how about in the market? No, market's big. Yeah, whatever. Well, we'll plan to meet at some inn.
Okay. And that's about
The
where we're gonna
Sunken
wrap it
Swan.
up for this session. We'll
Okay.
the next time
Will you
we'll meet-
allow me to distribute the gem wealth before we go? Just that's out of the way.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
we
so
can
if it's
spreadsheet
250, then it's 50 each.
Yep.
All right, 50 each.
And then did we have other stuff? Was there 2 more gems left?
Well, there's the Ron gems.
Yeah. And then did you want any kind of payment for the acid fire thing, alchemist fire? We can all chip in a few gold and
No, I
help pay for that.
gave it up myself.
Well, Jace will offer to like give you some gold since you gave it up.
You can buy
she'll
me a
offer
new
you
one
5
if you
gold.
want. That's what she tells us.
Jace thinks about it, but I'll decide the market tomorrow if we go there.
He just wants to give like a partial share for a new one. So
Yeah,
that way.
Jace wants it to be fair,
I'm not asking for it,
like
but I'll take
overly
it.
generous. Like I'll give you 5 gold if you'll accept it.
Yeah, I'll take 5 gold. I'll take 5 gold off your
Okay,
hand.
yeah, I'll give you 5 gold and say since you gave up
Alright.
your alchemist fire.
Oh, that didn't do what I wanted it to do. All right, there we go.
Okay.
Oops, I
Try
put
to
my number in
maintain
Well, that was
platinum.
fun.
I'm gonna maintain a spreadsheet to try to keep track of loot,
Yep.
so that way.
Did
when
Ron sell the
people wanna
gems?
sell stuff, it's easier for me to figure out the value of it too.
So
No.
if Ron, no, you didn't sell them. Like, let
I'm
me
gonna
rephrase.
keep the 50 gold from him until he sells those gems.
Yeah, you don't get the 50 gold from the amethyst. Sell until you sell the gems. So,
So
Yeah.
I'll hang
Ron,
on to
what
his
we're
50
doing
gold.
is we're doing the shopping part of next session, like the shopping part tomorrow.
Sure, you
now.
can do that right now. Yeah, you can do that right now. I'm fine with that.
So that's
I'm just saying I'm
well,
not
that's why
gonna
I'm-
do any more.
I mean,
I'm
I'm
not
not
run any
gonna
more
buy
of the
Right.
anything,
actual like,
so
I'm
adventure.
Yeah, I'm
telling
not gonna buy anything
Ron
right now.
just in case he's saying he's not selling the gems because he doesn't realize he can sell them at the market, like
I'm not
or
selling
whatever
the
he would
gems.
normally do. Okay,
Unless
then I guess
hold on to them.
you're not getting the 50 gold from
Yeah, I'll
the
hang on to his 50
amethyst.
gold.
I mean, I guess he ends up with more. He ends up with 100, so Jason's gonna probably bother you about that tomorrow or like next session.
Yep. Next session will be on the 2nd. Is everybody good for? I know that's 2 weeks out, but tentatively, is
second
everybody
Yeah,
good
that.
for
that
the
should work
2nd?
for me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
yep.
All right. Well, hopefully
We're
everybody
not
Alright,
has
it
gonna
was fun.
have another session until the next decade.
It'll be the
Right.
next decade. Yes.
So what was the total experience for today? What
Oh.
do each of us get?
So I have
530.
410. Unless we got more that
We got another 120.
We got
And
another
then,
120. So yeah,
oh.
5. That. Yeah. So
530.
Zedarian's number is that number is accurate.
This is the only time you're gonna hear Zedorium's number is correct on XP. First and
Okay.
only time. I don't know. I'm usually missing numbers, but it's early, so every bit of XP counts.
Yeah.
I think you guys are about halfway to.
Yeah.
You're about a fourth of the way. You're about
So
a
how
fourth
much
of the way
experience do
to-
we each have?
530.
530.
530. Okay, sweet.
And I was gonna add another for turning in and getting that information from Man Fountain.
Man Fountain. Yeah.
Yes, you get additional.
I love
Everybody
Man
gets
Fountain.
additional 120 as well.
God damn it.
So we should all
Oh my
be at
God.
650.
Now I have to open this back up.
650.
Jesus.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, 650.
I mean,
Just put it in chat and I'll
There.
fix it next session.
So yeah, we are half the way there.
for medium progression?
Oh wait, medium is... How much is level 2? Is it 2,000?
I don't know.
It's 2,000. Yeah, so you
I
guys
just-
are a
Okay.
little bit over a fourth of the way. You're about
A little over the way. Okay,
almost
cool.
almost a
Like,
third.
I'm pretty sure we're not half, yeah. That's pretty good for
I was thinking
a first session,
1,300
though.
for... I was thinking 1,300
Like,
for fast.
That's
I was just
pretty
checking.
good.
You're not supposed to be level 2 yet, so but maybe by next session because you'll probably get a bit more experience
What?
than you guys. by
Oh
the end of
my!
it, maybe by the end of
If
it.
we go through things fast, yeah. If we don't la-di-da around.
It depends, but you guys are kind of. I mean, you guys got through everything that I was hoping to get through today. Like everything kind of went on pace. So
Yeah, I felt
Yeah,
like
it
we
was fun.
didn't like pause and deliberate a lot. We kind of just did things, so that was good. As far
you
as
guys were pretty decisive.
not that I don't like discussions, but just sometimes we can sit around and deliberate over pointless things for 30
Yeah, you
minutes.
guys went a little bit out of order on how it has it presented in the book, but you guys hit everything that the book had for it. So
Mhm.
It didn't have anything about going to a shrine of Lamashtu, though, right?
no, that I had to improvise. But
Yeah, I mean, I was
no,
gonna
you
say
guys
like, there's
got
no way that was in there,
yeah,
but
because
that worked.
they have it broken down through like different parts of this book, and you guys basically just concluded part 1.
Yay!
So
Alright,
Let's
yeah.
do part 3 next.
I guess that's it.
There is a way to bypass parts 1 and 2 and go straight to part 3. I think. Well, that's
If
pretty
you
hard.
know,
You
like,
can do. You can
if
go.
you're